This podcast is brought to you by our patrons on Patreon.
The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the guests and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of any agency of Pen-Standing Studios. Assumptions made within the podcast are not reflective of the position of any Pen-Standing entity.
Hello, my name is Will Gilman, producer of The Hustle. We were asked to come up with a family-friendly promo, which is difficult because we curse a lot. And generally speaking, it's a no-holds-barred comedy show. We use words like ass, bitch, f***er, cunt, and n***er. You see, we are an edgy show. We use words like abs, bits, further, cart, and nearer. You see, we are an edgy show. That'll trick him. Now, where'd I put my chocolate milk? Hustle. That's right, it's The Hustle, with your hosts Adam Tucker, Travis Powell with the news, and occasionally Will Gilman. You can find more Hustle at pantspending.com/hustle.
I know you got to get your hustle on, so I pray.
Pants pending.
Ooh, it's a lady.
Welcome, everyone, to episode 85 of the never-ending random discussion Ladies' Night, brought to you by Pen-Standing Studios.
We are your hosts, Amanda and
Marjorie.
And Trina. And joining us today is the sister of the boss lady herself of Pan Spending, Jackie.
Hi! I feel like you have so much power just from being the sister of the boss lady.
sister.
I don't know, younger sister, so my power is limited.
It's still power.
Very limited.
We were just like pulling up the graph of like the limitation, like, and here is the little pie chart of how much power you have compared to everyone else and the random stranger on the road that's passing by.
Oh no, she's got more power than strangers.
I just have to say we have to add in poach like yay or clapping after that intro because we did it. We no mistakes. No mistakes this time.
Hold on.
We still have scripting at the end, Trina. You may be jumping. You may be jumping the shark here.
It's what I do.
Just let her be excited about it, because this is the one time I haven't fucked up the script. Like, usually I've been fucking it up on the regular nerd. I've been fucking it up on the ladies' night where there's no.
This is why we can't have nice things.
It really is. Like, this is the everyone looks at me and they go, Marjorie, this is why. I'm like, I wasn't even here. And they're like, we know. Oh God, so I think I broke a child today.
Oh God.
Like, not like broke, but I think I taught them things because we had a parenting class. And we had little twins, and you have to be careful with them at all times because like 1 second they'll be all happy and all of a sudden they'll be like biting each other's faces and beating each other up.
Sounds
so,
like twins.
Yeah, like so ever vigilant on them.
Sounds like children.
Yeah,
right.
And like one of them comes like running over to me. I'm like, hi, buddy. And he just like plops down on me. Like, I don't know if he could talk. Oh, actually I found out he could talk a little bit, like just a few words like bye and stuff. Right. And he just plops down on me all innocent like. And he was sitting there and like not doing anything. So I just started blowing on the back of his head just to see what happened. I'd be like, So I was like, he looks at me like, what was that? I was like, so I blew on him again, and they started blowing on me. So we were like having a little blowing war at each other. And as I was picking him up to go, like as we were leaving, he starts blowing air at my face because I'm like taking him to his parents. I'm like, oh, I taught you how to blow air at people. Like, and then his parents would be like, why the fuck is he doing this? Why is he blowing air at our faces?
Oh Lord.
And he would not let go of me when I brought him to his parents. Aww. He was just like, nope, they're the devil. You're my new best friend. And I'm like, and I was just like, I feel awkward about this as you guys do too. He's only known me for like an hour. I'm not taking him out, and we forgot to change.
This is my new mommy.
This is my new best friend. She doesn't really talk to me or do anything with me. She just blows air at my face. Like a good parent.
I blow air at my son's face.
Right.
Yes. I try and say that it's so that, to get his hair out of his face, but really it's just shuts him up most of the time.
Really,
I'm like,
kind of fun. But we forgot.
Especially if they're screaming at the top of their lungs and just like right in there.
They don't know how to react. They're like, should I scream more or should I just, what happened?
What just happened?
It kind of soft resets them where they're just like, computer reloading. Oh, Lord. There's the,
Yeah. So Jackie's been on before.
Yes.
It was a long time ago.
Many moons ago.
Yes. One of the very early ladies' nights. I don't think it was the first
I
one.
think it was like number
'Cause
2
I think
or 3.
Trina was the first one.
Yes.
Was I?
Yes,
I
you
think
were.
it was you and
Nice.
Ashley.
Oh,
Yeah, I think
that's a
that
long time ago.
Yeah. We haven't had Ashley on for a long time.
She is super, super busy
How-
from what I understand.
How
Yeah.
dare
So-
she?
Yeah.
I know. How dare she have a life and
How
a child and go to school? and
How dare
stuff.
she? It took me a second because I was like, I haven't even like we haven't mentioned Ashley or anything for such a long time. I'm like, who's Ashley? All right, Ashley.
Who?
Who dat?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
So, Jackie, anything new since the last time you were here?
No, not really. I quit McDonald's. I don't remember if I had done that by the time that I was here or not. I can't remember. I quit in September. It was a birthday present to myself.
Yay!
And
Yeah, I think you might have still been working there because I think
yeah.
it was in the summer.
Did you make off with like tons of nuggets?
You just have a
a
No.
freezer box full?
I do still have friends on the inside though, and if I go at the right time when they're not busy, depending on because I've worked at 2 different stores, and depending on which one I go to, they'll give me free food or half off, even though I don't work
Nice.
there
That
anymore.
is always the best.
Yay.
So yeah, I'm just a full-time stay-at-home mom right now, which is nice and not nice all at the same time.
Yeah.
I miss adults. You guys are the first adult conversation that I've had in a while. So if I get awkward, it's because I don't know how to talk to people who aren't over 2. Actually, over 8 because I do see Melody's kids too.
Yes.
Well, I mean, if you ever need friendship, I'm off at 3 most days, and
Come on over.
awesome.
I'll
So
have 3 kids so you can.
Yeah. I
Are
love
you
that.
including me as one of them?
No,
I love
you're the
that
4th.
She's Jackie's basically hung out with me like a lot this last week, and she's still like, "You guys are the first adult conversation I've had."
I have
I've
seen you a lot this week.
I've
It's
mostly
weird.
been babbling incoherently lately.
Well,
Well, at least you
today it
admit
was
it.
like for a second, and I left and
Yeah.
then came back. So,
And then I had to go get Andrew.
yeah, and
Yeah.
I mean, Saturday I had adult interaction when we
Yeah.
went to
Oh yeah.
trivia, Geeks Who Drink.
What is that, by the way? Because I saw the
Trivia.
picture and then I went, oh, I wasn't invited.
Maximum.
There was
team
a
of
reason.
6,
I mean,
and-
no.
I'm
Yeah,
going
no,
through the
there's a
window.
maximum team of 6, and we thought we had the team completely filled.
Yeah, my friend's alarm didn't go off until
Yeah,
after it had
and she
started,
works
'cause
nights.
She works nights.
so,
There.
so yeah. So anyways, we did not have room on the team.
Oh,
No
Which
room
was
for
nice.
you.
you can't sit with us, Marjorie, like usual.
It's high school all over again.
But yeah, no, it's Geeks Who Drink trivia. They do it every week on Saturdays at Gino's. For those of you in Spoken,
Is that Gino's over?
It's on
over-
Hamilton.
Oh, right near where I live.
yeah.
How
Yeah,
dare you?
It's, yeah.
So yeah, it's the service is really nice every time we've been. Like sometimes if it's busy, they get a little slow, but not like unreasonably slow.
Okay.
And then you sit there and there's 8 rounds of trivia all about different stuff, and you do the trivia, and we got second place.
Ooh, what'd you
That's
guys
nice.
win?
$25 gift card.
Yeah, it was
Wow.
like a gift card. I don't know how much. I didn't see it.
I'm pretty sure it was 25. I could be wrong.
It
but
might have been 20 and
think-
40 for first place. I don't
Yeah.
remember,
That's
but
pretty cool, though.
I haven't gone in forever. I think when we went, we were the lukewarm tauntauns or something like that.
Lukewarm tauntauns.
we always our goal, because we know the Quizmaster, because we've been doing these off and on now for like 3-4 years.
yeah, something like that.
So we know the Quizmaster pretty well at this point, and
Quizmaster.
so our main goal is to like find a team name that is going to make him laugh or really happy or whatever.
We definitely won this
This
week.
week, and when we went 2 weeks ago, we did too, and I don't remember what our name was 2 weeks ago.
I don't
No.
remember what it was 2 weeks ago either.
This
There was so
week-
much going on 2
This
weeks ago.
week it was Spank Bank Overdraft.
Oh my god. The fact that they would also have to say that as like their second place winner, Spank Bank Overdraft.
Guess when Adam found out what our team name was, when the Quizmaster announced that it was his favorite name ever, and Adam was like, who did that? And I was like, that's us.
That's me.
I was like, hee hee hee.
Then he's all like Googling, trying to figure out what it means.
Yeah.
Oh, Adam, no.
Yeah, that came about because the night before I had woken up from like a horrible nightmare at 4 o'clock in the morning and didn't get back to sleep until 7. So I literally just scrolled through Urban Dictionary
Oh, shit.
for like an
no.
hour.
It's almost worse that like you literally ended up at that one spot on the internet.
Well,
you found
my
that spot.
purpose was actually to find ideas for the team name, so I achieved my goal. So I mean,
Did you
that's
just like click on
something.
random things to see what it brings?
No,
would
when
bring
you
to,
go to
or-
urbandictionary.com, it's got like their top whatever things,
the
and you just
whatevers.
scroll through the pages.
I don't think I've ever just gone to
I hadn't
urbandictionary.com.
either until
I've
that
gone there
day.
a few times, like in high school, to like Google my name and other people's names.
Yeah, see, I've gone for specific things,
Yeah.
but I've never just gone to Urban Dictionary.
Have you found yourself enlightened?
No.
Have you reached enlightenment yet?
In fact, like the first 2 pages was like, this is the dumbest stuff ever, because it was all like, United Airlines and
God.
related to that or Trump or Sean Spicer, and it was all dumb. It wasn't that creative. Like when it's creative, then I enjoy it. But yeah, a lot of them were just really stupid.
Aw, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I like the name though. Like it just makes me so
know,
happy.
it
Like
made me
Spain,
really
Spain
happy.
Overdrive.
I didn't even read the definition, honestly. And apparently
was
it was
stupid.
super
That's the one.
disappointing.
Oh.
The definition was super disappointing. So.
When we did trivia, we did it at Buffalo Wild Wings, and David named us Atomic Tempest,
Nice.
and like that will forever be my favorite name, Atomic Tempest.
I really want wings now.
Right,
Right?
I always want
The
wings.
salt
God,
vinegar
I-
ones are the best.
Technically,
I hate
it
you
is
both.
Wing Tuesday.
I hate you
We
both.
could go after the show, and Amanda can,
stay here.
Or you could
could
come with
and
us
have a
and have-
burger.
I work in
and
the morning. I'm not going
Me
anywhere
too.
after this.
Yeah.
heavy breathing.
Yeah, if not for our children at home and one of them teething and
Oh.
having recently had vaccines.
Oh no.
Yeah, there was a
Lame.
delay in my getting here today because there was just no consoling the boy.
Oh.
'Cause he's like, I'm hungry, but I'm not hungry, but I'm thirsty, but I'm not thirsty. I'm just miserable and I hate everybody.
Oh.
It's like,
You're
I'm
like,
sorry.
it's okay, buddy. It's
Sorry,
okay.
bud. Sorry.
So Marjorie had a birthday.
I did. I'm older.
And
Oh,
we
do
have
I?
a present for Marjorie.
Present.
Present. And secret hidden cupcakes.
Oh my god! I knew I smelled sweet things in your house. My nose did not lie. I'm gonna eat all of those. I'm just gonna stick my face in them.
Whoa. Share.
Oh,
Well,
no.
yeah, and Katrina has a birthday later this month, so those are for her a little bit too. But her present
It's a
isn't
shirt.
here yet.
It's a shirt. Do you need help?
Crinkle,
No, I got
crinkle.
Yeah,
I
are you
have
sure?
scissors.
I got this.
If
No.
that's necessary.
Not today, Satan. Fuck yeah. I'm gonna wear this every day now. This is now my new favorite T-shirt. Not today, Satan.
Are those funfetti cupcakes?
Those are rainbow chip.
But that's the
Cupcakes.
same thing.
No,
But-
it's
well,
not.
rainbow chip's better. but-
Rainbow chip frosting. The cupcakes themselves
I
are
could have
actually
bought
French
the rainbow
vanilla.
chip.
We
cake
ended up
mix.
having to go to Walmart anyways because Andrew was picking up ink for the printer and his name was on the pickup person. So
Ah.
we had to go, and then I was like, well, since we're here.
Yeah, I totally would have picked that up for you, but you told me different.
Yeah.
So I originally picked up the cake mix and the
yes, Jackie contributed.
frosting, but apparently shouldn't use it because I'm not cool
No, I
enough.
did use the frosting. It's right there, and the
Yeah.
and the cake mix.
It's also super delicious. Thank you so much for the T-shirt.
Does
and
not
the cupcakes.
taste just like chicken.
Thank God.
You will get a picture of the first day I wear that T-shirt.
Now the podcast is just gonna be dead air while we
Just
all eat
nom,
cupcakes.
nom, nom, nom,
I'm trying not to
nom.
chew into the microphone so bad.
Hey, at least it's soft. It's not like I gave you potato chips.
There's just potato chips in
They're
it.
happy birthday potato chips.
We put frosting on them because you're trying to lose weight, Marjorie, right?
Let me tell you
Yeah,
though.
you're trying to be healthier and you're diabetic. Let's dip these potato chips in frosting.
And chocolate.
Oh, dipped in chocolate.
Potato chips dipped in chocolate. They're the best.
I've never had them.
Oh, they're so good.
I got little it was a little British gift I got from Kelly and Oscar, and it's spicy bacon dipped in chocolate.
Mmm,
I haven't tried
that
it yet.
sounds amazing. If you don't like it, I want it.
I mean, I could bring it for the next ladies' night since we have one on May 30th, and we could just all eat it.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll save it for that. They also got these British cookies called Hobnobs.
I think Kelly is actually the one potentially on that podcast.
Awesome.
too.
I'll be like, Kelly, you must eat this with us. Oh, wait.
Come, partake.
Partake, will you?
Speaking of eating, I was contemplating it. I still have to work out logistics, but I did have a group called Taste Buds a while ago. Right? We were a foodie group, and we would just go to random restaurants all over Spokane, and we would
me
eat.
with you. Please, for the love of God, if you have any idea of how much this means to me.
Well, like I said, I still have to work out logistics, but that might be a thing again.
That would be fun.
Please bring me. We can make a podcast out of it.
A portable, like, here we are at the blah, blah, blah restaurant.
Yep. At the Herpader Breast.
If you can't hear me,
if you can't hear me through chewing,
the baby back ribs are delicious.
There's just like video of me with my face just like
damn it, I've
chipmunk
got
full.
barbecue sauce on the mic.
That's what I was just thinking. Back to the potato chips, though. Around Christmas time, and sometimes I make them not Christmas time, but mostly Christmas time. I do regular potato chips with chocolate chips and butterscotch chips all melted together and crunched and delicious.
Oh,
can you repeat that one more time?
Delicious.
No, not that one. That's what
it's a phone. God. It's potato chips, chocolate chips, butterscotch chips.
Sweet Jesus.
All like melted and crunched together, and you kind of make like haystack type. I don't know what to call them.
Happiness.
Yeah, my friend who originally made them and gave me the recipe called them confections. Which, just means candy. So
yeah. I was going to say really fancy name for
potato chip stuff.
Hey, you come take a part of my confection.
Confection, yay!
You look like you're a growing boy. Come eat some confections.
There is I don't know if it's a free for all grab, because like at my job in the kitchen we have at the end of this counter like bread and stuff that I can grab for free. Because it's technically expired, we can't give it to the kiddos, which is fine. But somebody brought in a pretzel maker, and I don't know if it's like up for grabs. And I keep eyeing it, and I don't want to make pretzels. I want to make brownie pretzels. Right? I was just like, I could make these and then sell them, because nobody thinks about making brownie pretzels, and you just add some like coarse sea salt on top and some like actual
some caramel drizzle or something.
and drizzle, and then like a little bit of sugar. Like, yes, I could make money off of this.
I don't like sea salt and caramel. I don't.
I'm not a huge fan of the salt.
Oh, I love salt.
Like
I will just eat salt.
No, I like salt, but I don't
salt.
Mixed together. It's not the
see,
best thing for me.
I have a
salt and sweet. I enjoy a lot.
I have a salt deficiency, and so I have been known to like drink soy sauce or just eat handfuls of salt. And Benjamin's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "As I'm licking my head."
You're like the reverse of a slug.
I am the anti-slug.
You are anti-slug. Oh god.
Not to be confused with Auntie-Slug. I'm not Auntie-Slug.
That's how I'm going to introduce you the next time that you see my kid. I'm going to be like, it's Auntie-Slug.
Auntie-Slug.
But now I understand why you guys need the cameras, is to catch the licking of the hand that Katrina just did.
That's how we get patrons.
Without her, we would not have as
I
much.
do a lot of pantomime.
Yes.
I got a Fitbit for my birthday, and I realized I talk a lot with my hands. Well, I got the knockoff Fitbit, which is called a smartwatch.
I have this.
It's beautiful. Mine's blue, but I forgot to put it on. I also forgot to put my anxiety ring on, so it feels really naked. My finger.
Does that give you anxiety?
It kind of does, because I'm trying to like spin it, and there's nothing there, so I'm just rubbing the bottom of my finger. I'm like, this feels weird.
You're gonna get like the weirdest blister ever.
But anyways, I talk with my hands a lot, so I look at it and I'm like, oh, you walk this many steps. I'm like, Fitbit, I've been sitting.
Yes.
Like, you were drunk. Oh wait, I talk with my hands. Just kidding.
That happens with mine sometimes too, and mine's a knockoff that I got for like $10 at Burlington type of thing. But it was one of those, maybe if I'm wearing it, it'll make me think that, oh, I should get up and do something rather than being a lazy piece of shit.
My phone has a pedometer built into it, and it's active, and it goes, hey, be more active. I'm like,
is yours a Samsung also?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Samsung active?
I'm
like, you judgmental bitch.
Judgmental.
Yes.
I like that we make it more judgmental than it actually is. It's just like, oh, we're programmed to say this. Fuck you too, Samsung.
Yeah. Well, especially when it's a day that like I've actually been running my ass off, but I didn't have my phone on
Oh,
me.
yes.
And I'm like, you don't know. You don't know what I've been through.
Or like I'll spend all day on my feet with the kiddos, and like I'll look at my phone and be like, "You were 30 minutes active today." I'm like, "Fuck you too, phone. Fuck you too." I was on my feet running around. I was a horsey.
Yeah, when I hit my step school by 10 a.m. at work, it's not a good day. But
And there are times where the phone's like, "Congratulations, you met your goal." And like, I've been laying on the couch all day. What have you been doing?
GPS was
you
drunk that
picked
day.
it up 10,000 times during you laying on the
Checking.
couch.
It's like, well, then I have to address my Facebook addiction.
Or the fact that you got angry at your phone and you beat it up because it would not start.
No, like the other day, it was right after the update. It wouldn't let me call or text anybody.
Oh no!
It was like ring no. I'm like, what? Son of a bitch! So I take it in to Benjamin. I'm like, fix the phone. It won't work. And he like calls himself and it rings. I'm like, you son of a bitch! No. You made me a liar.
Yeah,
You made me look silly.
I do that with Andrew too, though. I'm like, it's broke. I can't. It's broke. Oh, it went black.
It went black, but it was cute.
Don't
for
worry,
the
I
second.
got to see all the happiness.
Oh, the cheeks. Oh, the chubby cheeks.
Oh,
the
those
babies.
cheeks. Oh.
Speaking of phones, I just showed my picture of my kids.
Yes.
If only we had cameras on. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's so awful.
So, our Andrew got a haircut because it was May 1st and shaved his beard because it was May 1st yesterday. And our parent peer counselor person that we have that comes to the house on Tuesdays to work with us and deal with our stress about our kid and all of this stuff. Anyways, like when he came in, she didn't recognize him at first because like she and I had been talking for a while. He was picking up his scooter and all this. And then finally she was like, "Oh," and then she's like, You look 19. Like, I feel dirty.
I'm so dirty now.
Like, yeah, I'm a cougar
Cradle
or
robber.
cradle robber. I don't know which, but it's you.
But it's you.
She's rubbing her thighs.
It's so icky.
Has to like deeply rub them. Like get it out.
No, actually, my fingers are cold. That's why I was rubbing.
You see, like Andrew even asked us like, "Oh, I should see if I could turn on the heat," and then he just left. And I was like, "Come back. We're having an ice age down here.
We
Come
could
back."
turn the sun back on.
I don't want the sun.
But
out.
then it comes with light. I don't like it.
Man,
It's
it's like
supposed
a
to be-
vampire dilemma.
Oh my god! Speaking of vampires, we watched a movie last night called "What We Do in the Shadows," and it's a vampire documentary by the people. It has
Sounds
some
like
of the
a
people.
porno.
It seems like it, but
Is it like a mockumentary?
it's a mockumentary.
Okay, I was
and
like,
it's,
or is it about those people who actually think that they're vampires?
no, like
Okay.
it's a mockumentary, and it's actually I think the people of Flight of the Conchords. Some of them are in it.
I love
Oh,
Jermaine.
and like the moment we started it, it was just like,
Love me,
what are we
Jermaine.
watching? And then it just got better and better, and so, I don't like, so good. Like it's the first mockumentary I've ever watched, and I'm just so happy.
I like mockumentaries. I also love Flight of the Conchords.
They're so good.
I love Jermaine so much.
Jermaine.
So I didn't know he was in Moana.
Wait,
So
what?
yeah, he's Tamatoa.
Oh, that makes. Oh yeah, I knew that, and then I was like, I forgot again.
No, because we were sitting there and I'm hearing this crab talk. I'm like, I know that voice.
Yeah.
I know that voice. Why not? I know that voice. And I'm like, I'm in a movie theater. I can't bring out my phone. I'm like, but I know that voice. And I'm like, it has to be Jermaine from Flight of the Conchords because it sounds like Bowie.
Bye.
Bowie. I'm like, it has to be Jermaine. So
Jermaine.
the moment like we get home, I'm like, I have to look this up now. It's like, that's right, bitches. It is Jermaine. I was right.
I was right. You can all go suck it. Every time we watch Moana, I always think of you, and I'm like, yes,
Maui.
Maui.
Love that movie.
Oh, so good.
I still cry every time Grandma Tala dies.
Oh God. Yeah.
Have you
Every time.
Brutal.
Every time. And Mommy
Fucking
and Maddie's
brutal.
like, are you okay, Mommy? Because Grandma Tala is not really dead. She has her spirit.
She's not dead. Oh my god! Just like the intensity of, hey guys, what you doing down there?
Oh, so yeah, for the for the listeners, the dog that really wants to be where the people are.
I want to be where
yeah,
the people
she
are.
really is the Little Mermaid.
You stole my joke about my dog. What the hell?
She was just staring really intently through the window at us, like
Murdog.
crazily.
Creeper.
So I had Mason earlier today, Jackie's 2-year-old, and we're down here because I was organizing some of my craft stuff and trying to get rid of some of the boxes and stuff. And so he comes in and he sees the Arrow cardboard cutout, and he's like, he's totally freaked out. He's like, "What is it? What is it?"
Oh, panic set in.
So I'm like, it's cardboard. It's just fake. Do you want to come see? And he's like, yeah.
No.
But he's got like quavery 2-year-old voice. And so I pick him up and I take him over and I was like, see, he's just pretend. I was like, you want to hit him? And he's like, yeah.
You want to hit him? The good
And
reaction.
so he smacks it and it falls over a little bit. And he was like, oh, that's good. And I stand it back up and he's immediately scared again.
You should have left it.
What's happening?
Oh, just the TV. I can hear.
Oh, yeah, it's Andrew listening.
I almost like reached down to hit the pause button on the TV on my phone because every time like it's
I
on
was
my
wondering
phone.
because I'm hearing this odd rumbling in my headphones. I'm like, what the hell
Yeah,
is
no,
going
that's
on?
the TV. I mean, I could pause it.
Yeah, don't.
No, don't.
Yeah,
I mean, if I want to wage war, if I want
If
to
you want to hear him go, God damn it!
or you know, like 'cause since he's sometimes listens to this part, he'd be like, "Oh, Marjorie did that. Marjorie's banished."
Banished.
And
I
then I'll
think
have-
he would know it was you.
Yeah, since I bring it up almost every single time I'm on a podcast.
It's gonna be May.
There's something I was gonna say and I forgot.
I had that effect on people.
Oh, I remember now. There is Cinema Sins, Everything Wrong with Moana, and you should watch
I need
it
to watch it.
because they take off like 3 sins for Hey Hey.
I
Every single time, he's like, another sin taken off just for the chicken, like just for the chicken alone.
Well, here's the thing: is that when you're watching like the previews, I thought Pua the pig was gonna be a much more involved
Absolutely,
part
yeah.
of it. But I'm less angry because I just love Hey Hey so much.
I love that they actually paid an actor to voice
Alan
Hey Hey.
Tudyk.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Such a spot
Who is
in my
just
heart.
amazing anyways. Freaking love Alan Tudyk.
Ugh.
Like it's like
He's like Disney's John Ratzenberger.
It really is.
He's in everything now. I especially love how he was Duke Wesselton
Wesselton.
in
Yes.
Frozen. Then he was Duke Weaselton in Zootopia.
It's Weaselton.
Weaselton. Like, I bet he was
What are
just
you
like
doing, Wesselton? It's Weaselton.
when they offered him the script, they're like, "Oh, we want you to play the fox." No, there's a Weaselton in here. I need to play him. I won't do it otherwise. Like they tried offering him a bigger part. He's like, "No,
No.
no, I need to the
Weaselton.
the continuity needs to happen."
See, and I really appreciate the characters that they got because Jason Bateman was amazing as Nick Wilde.
Right?
Yes.
It's, so good.
And you know what? I love the kids movies that are out right now. Like there are some movies that I'm like, I cannot watch this again. I will shoot.
I like one of the movies that I actually do not like at all was Wall-E, and I've now had to watch it 2 days in a row. Like it's cute, but I'm like it's one of those movies where I'm like, I was okay watching this once, and I've now
Yeah,
watched
it
it
kind of is. It kind of is a watch it once and
See,
you're good.
I love Up. Like I love watching
Up
Up,
makes
but
me
I
so happy.
haven't watched it in a while because you have to watch the beginning to
Yep.
watch the rest
Yes.
of it.
Yeah,
Can't
the
skip.
first time I watched that movie, oh my god, I'm just like, Disney, what the fuck?
But of course, they also did the same thing with Moana because they like straight up talk about Maui's mom throwing him in the ocean, and then they bring it up like 3 times. It's like, Disney, why? This is a lighthearted movie. Why are you talking about drowning Maui?
Here's
Well, you need to explain his like narcissism and his like
Yeah, how he-
sociopathy.
See, the other part of the Moana thing is that the first song is really like make way, and then he's like, and no one leaves. And as he's getting older and older, I didn't notice this until like I had to re-listen to it. He gets more desperate, and then at the very last one, he's like pleading, like no one leaves, like please don't.
Yeah.
Like you can hear it in his voice, like please don't.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man, I didn't hear that like the first go around, but that like I have to listen to the soundtrack every single day. So I just like listen, like, oh, because you can hear Moana getting more braver and braver with every time she says no one leaves. It's like questioning it more,
Yeah.
Right.
and then he gets more desperate, and it's like, oh, I get it. I see what you did
it's
there.
well written.
It's subtle.
Yeah.
It's very subtle, but I get it. And then I'm like, oh, I'm heartbroken.
It's like
Dude, the Rock for Maui
Oh,
was perfect.
The Rock played The Rock.
Right.
He really did.
Oh my gosh. So I actually saw somebody on the internet who posted side by side like screen caps, and it's the little old man who goes, I have a question about the chicken eating the rock. And then he scrolls down and there's a picture of Hey biting Maui. I'm like, oh my god. Disney.
I have a question about the chicken eating the rock.
Like, you sneaky bastards.
They're little visual puns. Like,
I love all the Easter eggs they put in there. It's awesome. Like Aladdin's lamp and Tamatoa's.
What?
Yeah.
Where's
Aladdin's lamp? I'm pretty sure it's in the with the crab, right?
Yeah, it's on Tamatoa's shell.
Couldn't remember his name.
Wow, I need to go
we've
back and
said
watch
it like
that
12 times.
Oh, and one of the Kakamora looked like Baymax. A Big Hero 6. Did I just blow your mind? I only know all of this because we got the special edition Moana that's like, check out all the Easter eggs that are in it.
Oh, is that the Blu-ray HD one?
Yeah.
I got that.
There's
one
also the behind the scenes and deleted songs. One of them is called Warrior Face, and it's awful, and I'm glad they cut it.
It was one of Lynn's bad days where he was writing. It was like, I don't know.
It's basically the gist of the song is, don't show your emotions. Be hard on the outside. I'm like, that is complete opposite of what you've told me my entire life, Disney.
So basically what you're telling me was it was a Frozen knockoff. Where they're like, conceal, don't feel. Don't let it show.
Actually, no. They're like, be fierce. Like, show your warrior face. It's actually based off of, like, traditional Hawaiian warrior dances that women did. But it's just...
Because they're badasses.
Yeah. It's like, show your warrior face. And it's like, no, this is clunky. Lynn, stop it. Stop it.
No.
But he didn't have, like, I can't ever pronounce her name, but her and The Rock sing it. It was actually the woman who plays Eliza and George Washington.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they sang it.
Huh.
Hamilton references for anyone who's not following that.
Hamilton. I've actually never listened to it all the way through. I've only listened in bits and pieces.
I've now restarted it because I just found I just listened to the full soundtrack to work, and it's taken me a while since it's only a 13-minute drive to work and back. But like, it gets me every time.
Yeah, we actually just listened to the whole thing again on Saturday. It's been a while.
Did you know that
unusual for us?
Did you know that Hamilton's affair lasted 2 years?
Yes,
it was 2 years.
Actually, I did. Yeah.
And that Burr was actually a worse person than like people actually make him out to be. He was not a good person.
Yeah, he kind of like after the whole thing with him shooting Hamilton, he kind of like destroyed his life. So
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Marjorie's sniffing her cupcake wrapper over there. There's more on the table.
I know, and if I am given
it's not laced with anything.
You don't have to do a line of cupcake crumbs. There are more full cupcakes.
For a second, I considered that. I'm like, that'd actually be delicious.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that would be some sort of pneumonia I wouldn't even want to tackle.
It's fine. I'm willing to risk it.
It's like, look at all
I'm
these
not
spots.
willing
You work
to
with
save
children.
I do. I work with you need to also look at that phrase again. I work with children. Like, the things I've seen them stick in their mouth or do is just like, oh no.
But when you get sick, you can't go to work, and you need the monies. I'm sure of it.
Presumably, that's why you have a job.
Oh, speaking of sick, I like one of the requirements was I was supposed to get a flu shot, and so I was like, I've never had a flu shot before. This will be fun. So I went and got it, and then I checked my little work app, and they'd send me a message saying, "Oh, by the way, flu season is past. You don't have to get the flu shot." The day I got it, I'm just like, this is why I need to read my messages more often and actually be a responsible adult. So now I just
and I can't
Murdoch.
The dog is staring at us more.
I can't have the flu vaccine because there's something in the vehicle that makes me terribly ill.
Oh, good.
Amanda's
eggs.
allergic to
It is
the...
eggs.
Is it the
For
eggs?
me,
Yes.
Is it for you?
A lot of people have allergic reactions to the eggs.
But I eat lots
I
of
have
eggs.
I have to get it anyways.
Yes.
Because
it's
impossible to find the ones without eggs anymore because apparently it's too freaking expensive.
Of course.
And if I don't get it for my job, I have to wear a mask all of the time while I'm at work, and I cannot breathe in the masks for long periods of time. So yeah. So
Thankfully, it
basically,
doesn't-
I just like took a bunch of Benadryl, went and got the shot, drove straight home, and
slept.
Is there a certain type of mask, or could you come in wearing a Darth Vader mask?
I'm pretty sure it would have to have the filtration thing, and I don't think the Darth Vader mask
Build in a filtration
actually have
system.
that.
I will build one for you that has a filtration system. It'll be great.
Luke, I'm here to clean your tubes.
Well, while we figure out the logistics of that, I think it's time for a break.
Oh, good. I want another cupcake.
Oh, good. Another cupcake. Hold on. Oh, hello.
And goodbye.
And goodbye.
Hi, I'm Ash.
Hi, I'm Steven.
I write fan fiction.
I'm a podcaster and a comedian, and neither of us
Have seen a lot of movies, so we decided to get caught up.
on our catalog of movies. And while talking about it,
I decided that we should podcast all of it.
and now 2 years later, we're still at it.
And we're kind of a little bit more professional than ever. He wants to touch the
Tiny.
Bryan Cranston, the one that
That
knocks,
is-
and the one that sends the Power Rangers have to go
I don't
touch things.
know how to. He wants to get vertical on the Limbo Shack.
What the
She is your soulmate because the Lord has told me.
What? What? He wants to jump through that tent and into the canyon and fly away while holding a ketchup bottle. I don't know how it works.
He wants to Left Eye Lopez for Destiny's Child.
So join us every Monday on iTunes, Stitcher,
Or here on the Pants Pending Studios podcast network.
which you can find at pantspending.com.
.com.
Hey everyone, this is Brandy Rombach here with Alex Bruce. Say hi, Alex.
Sup?
We are the co-hosts from Pandas Don't Matter. It's a podcast that has nothing to do with pandas because they don't matter.
Every time I look at you now, after you told everyone that you don't wear panties, I just feel like I don't know why it is, but I just think
Yeah, people really reacted to that joke. Like everybody liked it, and then there was like open discussion about the panties afterwards. Would you like to talk about it?
I don't know if I was there for the panties.
I've been underwear free since 2003. See, my mom was only 20 when she had me, so she was always trying to be my friend and fit in with all of my friends.
Well,
and sometimes they liked her better than me, and it's harsh.
Oh, yeah. You're like, fuck, Brandy. Check out her mom.
Her mom's old enough to buy us booze.
Right? Yeah.
We gotta invite Brandy though.
Yes.
We're gonna run it here on the Pants Pending Network every other week, so you should tune in. We're gonna bring in some local comics from here in Spokane, Washington, and give you the lowdown of the scene. Is there anything you want to add?
No.
Nope, that's it. Yep. So just look us up on the Pants Pending Network.
BTE.pantspending.com.
So yeah, yay!
Welcome back.
Hi, friends.
Hello.
We have returned.
Yes.
I know you were concerned that we wouldn't. I'm always scared
Well,
too.
I don't know how concerned you were.
All those ads made you wonder, is there another podcast coming back?
The whole seeing the end time at the end of it.
They're just like, is this
totally misleading.
They're like, that could be Dead Space. I don't know. Like, there's been times where I've misled and I thought I was going to hear something that was dead air.
That's because we were
Marjorie
eating
screaming
cupcakes
the whole time.
There was a podcast where I was just screaming. I can't remember why, but I was just screaming.
Because you're Marjorie.
That too, yeah. That's all reason.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, that would be why.
I thought maybe it was when you were on the hustle and they kept trying to make you pun.
No, I just cried during that. There was no screaming. It was just crying. Just thankfully, when you and I were on the podcast, they didn't really punish me.
Well, that's because they knew Katrina would just handle it.
She would back me up.
Probably, yeah.
Oh, they didn't punish me.
I thought that was intended.
Yay! You did it!
Yay!
Yay! Oh, every time the sound effect's never ready. Just gotta keep this queued up over here. Don't mind me.
Anyway.
I really should put on like skills for my resume. Can make weird noises.
Good at heavy breathing.
Good at
Depends
internet.
on what you're
Like, are you applying for a porno?
An internet meme porno. Heavy breathing.
I'm sure that really gets some guys going.
Heavy petting noise.
Heavy panting.
Heavy panting.
I said petting, but
I heard panting.
That
no,
too.
I heard what you said. It was her saying it, and I was like, "What is going on? What is?"
It's when you put on like extra layers of pants.
When you live
leather.
in Canada,
It's the opposite of everything we stand for.
Nova Scotia.
You're wearing like wool pants over your jeans.
Long underwear.
So uncomfortable.
I've worn wool socks, so wool pants just sound too
Too woolly.
Too woolly.
Woolly, woolly.
Woolly, woolly.
Yes.
Oh man, that's creeping up from my childhood.
Oh, Alvin and the Chipmunks.
That is not actually who I heard it from first.
Oh, that's who I heard it
Those
from.
are like elementary school dance kind of songs.
See, Woolly Woolly.
I just listen to the oldie station a lot. So I know.
My grandfather and my dad used to listen to. Well, my dad still does. My grandpa used to listen to the like oldies. So I remember there was one time we were driving in a Citation, and that's an old car.
Can you get a citation for a citation?
We could have because he was letting me drive, and I was only like I think like 4th grade, and I couldn't even reach the pedals. He's like, "It's fine. I'm right in the passenger seat with you."
Oh, jeez.
He wasn't even sitting with you.
Yeah, our grandpa let us drive, but like in his lap.
I let my 2-year-old drive while he was in my lap. We drove from in the driveway right next to the garage into the garage.
But he'd be
because I needed to
listening,
get it in there.
You're like, "So here we are in the Tijuana jail. Ain't got no friends to post our bail."
Oh my god, it's cute. See, the moment I said Alvin and the Chipmunks, I had this moment where I'm like, I'm wrong, and you looked at me and I went, yep, I'm wrong. But it was. They actually used the song Wooly Wooly in
I'm sure.
in one of their things, and I was like, I already know the song.
Yeah, Maddie is really obsessed with the openings of all the different 90s and 80s cartoons. She'll actually watch some of the cartoons, but she just likes to watch the compilations of the openings. So she'll sit there and go, "Denver, the last dinosaur." And I'm like, oh man, I remember watching that back in the day. But she'll just sit there and just Thundercats and Ninja Turtles. And it's like, oh, she loves all of them. And she actually started watching the real Ghostbusters. She loves that show. Ninja Turtles, she does, and Sonic the Hedgehog. She's just loves all of the cartoons.
Yeah, Verity got really into Full House for a while.
Oh, so cute.
Oh my gosh. So, proudest moment of my parenting so far. So I was getting Maddie ready for bed, and she was watching Disney's channel. So I just switched it to any random channel. I just switched it to BBC because I wanted to like break the eye contact.
Yes.
So that she would go brush her frickin' teeth. And so I turn it to the BBC, and she's just chatting. Then she stops. And she zones in on the TV, and I'm watching as she's just staring as Star Trek is playing. And she's just so absorbed in it's the original Star Trek.
Right.
And she's watching it. And I'm just sitting there going like, what's going on? And so the episode ends, and she goes, "What was that?" I'm like, "It's called Star Trek. It's one of Mommy's favorite shows ever." She goes, "I love it. I want to see more of it." So, needless to say, she got to stay up like an extra hour, hour and a half. So I'm like, "Let me show you, child." And so I pulled up Netflix, and she's like, super excited, and we watched like 3 episodes of the original, and she actually fell asleep watching it. Well, she didn't get bored.
She didn't brush her teeth.
She did. No, that was the condition, is that she got to watch Star Trek with Mommy if she went and brushed her teeth. And I had never seen her take off to brush her teeth so fast.
Oh my gosh, that's
so
funny.
she's sitting there as it's doing like the space, the final frontier, and she's just sitting there watching it. And I'll take a snapshot and send it to my mom, going, "I'm crying right now. I'm so proud." And my mom sends me a picture, or sends me a post back. She goes, "I'm so happy. My heart's crying."
My heart's crying.
But yes,
That's so
so yeah, she learned about Spock and
That's awesome.
and Bones, and it was just, I was so incredibly happy.
So good.
Yeah, we haven't watched the original ones with Verity, but
TNG and Voyager, she's pretty up on.
I haven't well, the other thing was that we're on our way to brush her teeth, and so she stops in to tell her daddy all about Star Trek and how awesome Star Trek is. Ben is a Star Wars person.
Mm-hmm.
In our house, it is a house divided. I am Star Trek. I liked the Star Wars well enough, but it's just not my jam. I'm a Trekkie. But he is Star Wars all the way. Star Trek is stupid. So
I've never understood that.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah. Action versus logic, basically.
But I love both of them.
Yeah,
because you're
So,
balanced.
like,
You like
that's-
action and you like logic. You
Yeah.
can watch both.
But Benjamin's sitting there telling her all about Star Wars, and it's about space knights, and it's so much better than Star Trek, and she needs to watch Star Wars. She goes, I'm going to go watch Star Trek. And it's like, yes. Yes.
Well, I mean, maybe the son will like.
Maybe. He
But
just likes
probably
to
not.
chew on everything right now. He might disappoint his dad and become a jock.
That'd be
Play
great.
football.
You've disappointed this family by playing football.
What do you mean you dropped out of your art classes? To play football? I didn't raise you to play football.
I gave you dainty hands. Dainty hands.
The hands of an artist.
Dainty fingers.
Mine's the opposite. He'll probably be disappointed if my son doesn't do football.
Oh.
Which he'll probably end up doing soccer, because at 2 he already has impressive hand-eye coordination for a soccer ball.
Nice.
Maddie wants to do ballet so she can
Aw.
be a space ballerina because she wants to go
Aw.
in space and be a ballerina.
Oh, sure.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
So
Well, I
Kind of
mean,
makes me
it's-
think of Fifth Element.
It's mostly Russians up there right now, anyways. Right?
They need
ballet.
entertainment.
But she's obsessed with space. Like, I just bought her a whole bunch of books on space and science experiments, and she's just gung ho. And she tells me all the time what order the planets go in. I'm like, you forgot Pluto. She goes, Pluto's a dwarf planet. Pluto's a dwarf planet, Mommy.
It's really funny because I have a galaxy shower curtain. I'm like, oh,
Nice.
I feel like I need to give that to you now. Be like, here you go. It's for your child.
For your child.
Well, child, take now. Make wall art. There's actually I saw this thing where you can buy it's kind of like almost like a wallpaper, but it's not, and it's this big interstellar like it has all the constellations on it and it glows in the dark.
Oh, that's cool.
So you just like plaster it on the wall and it has different constellations on it, and so at
Nice.
night when you turn off the lights, instead of having the little tiny sticky stars, you have a whole
stupid.
wall.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my 4-year-old mentioned to me while we were out to breakfast the other day. She goes, "Mommy, I want to go to the museum.
Aw.
I need to see history stuff."
I need to see history stuff.
I'm like, "Aren't you 4? Don't you want to go to Silverwood or something?"
No.
Nope. She wants to go to the museum.
Oh,
And
that's
so I told
awesome.
her about the Science Museum and the EMP Museum about music and stuff in Seattle.
Oh, I love the EMP.
So now she's all like, we're going to go to Seattle and we are going to go to the zoo and the museum. It's like, yes, we will. Eventually, someday.
Yeah, you're like, that's going to be an expensive trip.
I love the horror sci-fi exhibits in the EMP. Like, oh, they make me so
yeah.
happy.
Yeah. I liked it a lot.
Especially the giant xenomorph.
I went there when they had the Kurt Cobain exhibit.
Ooh, I think we
Ugh,
missed that
it was
one.
So good. And the Jimi Hendrix section. That was really cool.
I always seem to go when they're in between like the top exhibits. Like when we went last time, they were supposed to have Hello Kitty, and they were just done with that one. And then the time after that, it was Looney Tunes. They were supposed to have Looney Tunes, and they just finished that exhibit.
Oh, yeah. We were also the one where they did Pandora and Avatar. That was really cool. Yeah, my favorite part was the actual, you got to go into little sound booths and either play instruments or sing. And my mom is a singer. Like my dad is, my dad, God bless him, but he's like, one of his favorite bands is ABBA. So he's like, Dancing Queen, young and sweet, 17. I'm like,
You're like, oh,
but my
Dad.
mom's like a legit singer. She has the most beautiful voice. And it's like, what do you do, Trina? I'm like, nothing.
I make costumes.
I don't sing. And like I can do the sketch and the the graphite on the paper, and I can make the pictures go.
So what you're telling me is you're a sketchy person.
I am a sketchy person. All the time sketchy person. But I'm like, my mom's like, yeah, let's go in the booth. I'm like, okay. And so we of course choose the Eurythmics. And I'm like, okay. And she goes, and you sing. I'm like, sweet dreams are made of these. And she goes, feel it. And I'm like, I don't know how to.
This is me feeling it.
I was like, I don't know. And she's just like belting it. It's really great. And it's like, oh man, Mommy, I wish I could sing like you, but I can't sing.
It's like dancing. My mom was like, you just need to feel it. I'm like, I don't know how to feel this.
But I was like, I don't even know the words. I'm like, moving on, moving on. It's like, I don't even know what they're saying, but I'll just fake it. I'll just fake it till I make it.
The logic of everything. Fake it till you make it.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Hey, it's how I got through band.
Yeah, that's how I got through band also.
Yeah, I never knew how to play the flute.
Me neither. It was
Right?
also the flute.
See,
This is crazy.
I was supposed to play the flute, and then I broke down into tears. I'm like, Mom, I don't want to play this one. I want to play the trumpet.
Yeah, no, I wanted to play the flute, and then I was like, well, this is hard. And that's bullshit. So I'm just gonna, And there was a big enough flute section that I just
kind of faded into the background.
I
Everybody
second
on my
flute.
mom's side of the family plays an instrument. Like
Oh.
all 7 kids played instruments.
jeez.
All the grandkids before me played instruments. And it was like, what are you gonna play? And I'm like, the pencil. But I was
butt
like,
trumpet.
Butt trumpet.
so I was like, okay, well, I want to play an instrument. I'll play the flute. And so my mom's like, well, I played the flute in high school, and they're all in high school band and like
Right.
the edgy, like we're super band students. Like second chair bullshit stuff like that. And so she's like, I will have my flute fixed that I played in high school, and you can play it. Like, and I'm only like in like 5th grade.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, that sounds awesome. So the teacher, seeing that I didn't have an instrument yet, stuck me in the back of the class with the flute and told me to practice my fingerings. And was surprised when I didn't know actually how to play the flute, because the flute and a pencil is not the same thing.
It really is not.
Nope.
That's not true. They're the exact same.
That's not what they mean when they say woodwind.
Woodwind. The fun thing about trumpets is that if you are sitting on the left-hand side of another trumpet player, you can look over and figure out how to do mimic the fingering.
But then you have to make a raspberry, and it just tickles my lips too much, and I just couldn't play the trumpet. It's like, nope, can't do that. Then I tried to play the clarinet, like, nope, that sucks too. How about the violin? I was like, there will be no violin in this house.
Why is she so against violins?
Because there will be violins.
Oh, good. There will be violins.
No, I played the flute, but it was only through elementary school because I had to choose between choir and band in middle school.
They
But
didn't make
I
us
actually knew how to play the flute. I don't anymore. But
I'm sure it's like riding a bike.
Yeah. No. No, I did pretty well. I was probably the second. I mean, if there were chairs in elementary school, I was probably the second until the guy who was
your
first broke his
elementary school
collarbone.
poor?
I wasn't there.
Were there no chairs in your elementary school?
I went to Bemis. No, there weren't any chairs.
I don't even know what
You
that is.
know how hard it is to play the flute standing up.
Pretty darn hard.
Oh my gosh. Well, hoping you don't get lice from the people next to you.
You know, I attempted to play because my mom plays guitar, and my grandmother, my dad's side, play guitar. So I got handed down these beautiful guitars, and I'm like, teach me how to play guitar. So my mom taught me left-handed, and so it's like, but then she strung it for a right-handed person when she gave it to me for Christmas. So she's like, why don't you ever play the guitar? I was like, because I can't. I don't know how to restring it. She goes, oh.
Whoops.
Well, it's like, well, just relearn how to play right-handed. I'm like,
yeah,
See,
I guess I could try that.
I technically right now own 3 guitars, and I still do not know how to play them at all.
Yeah, me too. I have several guitars that I don't know how to play. I will teach myself eventually someday when I'm
me too.
retired in 50 or 60 years.
I keep saying now that I have a job that gets me out at 3, that I will have more time to do things, and really I don't do anything.
No, that just gives you more time to do
Nothing.
errands.
Well, not even that. There's a pile of dishes. I did the dishes, I think, 2 nights ago, and there's now a pile of them again. Most of them not contributed by me, but there's a pile anyways. And I'm looking at them, and I'm like, I could clean this, or I could go take a 2-hour nap and then hate myself. I'm gonna go do that. That sounds like a good idea. The general gist of my life, where I'm just like, I should do this. Nah, let's just pencil in self-loathing. Got time in my schedule for that.
I do that every time I decide to eat cake. It's like, all right, this week I'm going to be healthy. I'm going to eat healthy. You ate that nice salad for lunch. You had a shake for breakfast. All right, you're doing good. Oh, what is that?
Amanda made cupcakes.
I smelled sweet things, but I could not find them.
Oh no, my day was already ruined because we had a team meeting at work. My new job has team meetings where we actually sit down and talk about stuff in the hospital and be like,
amazing.
hey, what are things we can improve upon? And everybody has like a joint conversation about things. And the bosses provide food.
Hey, mine do too.
Right?
We had Costco Chinese food. It was amazing.
We had Panda.
So
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, so like here's a plethora of Panda. Have that, everybody, so you can just eat and then hate yourself later because of all of the MSG and shame.
See, when we had the staff meeting, they had like a plethora of food, and I was like, I can't have any of this because I'm going home to have beef stroganoff, the family recipe beef stroganoff, not like box.
I love beef stroganoff.
It makes me so happy. You need I will make you the family recipe beef stroganoff.
Beef stroganoff and then buffalo chicken lettuce wraps. Ugh.
Oh, that sounds amazing. Where do? What good?
Kayla used to make them. They're fantastic.
I
They
feel
were
like that'd probably
fantastic.
be a pretty easy thing to figure out how to.
It was basically like chicken cubes in butter and Frank's Red Hot sauce, wrapped in lettuce and with ranch.
Yeah, I could see
I'm
that.
so
That's
hungry now.
basically
Or
how
you-
I made my chicken wings for the Super Bowl.
Or you can just go to Arby's and get a buffalo chicken sandwich, which is delicious, by the way.
No, I think I'll do a lettuce wrap. Make me feel a little bit better about myself, even though it's drowned in butter and Frank's and ranch. Good times. I made a buffalo cauliflower wings. Oh my god, they were amazing. I felt so proud of myself.
I'm just addicted to anything with buffalo in it now.
Yeah. And I love buffalo things,
Oh, so
and I can't have chicken, which is complicated because
Maybe we need to make buffalo.
buffalo.
No, I make buffalo pork.
Yeah, that's
a
what I
lot
was
of
gonna
times.
say.
I will
That'd be
send
really
you the
good.
recipe for the cauliflower.
But I
Yeah,
really want to
definitely.
try buffalo now.
Buffalo.
know.
It's just sauce. You're just eating it with a spoon.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like the wings would be too big.
buffalo meatballs, but instead
Oh.
of bread, we use crushed up jacked
They
buffalo
have-
wing Doritos.
They have Frank's Red Hot powder.
Oh yeah, isn't that from Costco?
Yes,
Oh.
yes it is.
So you could just mix it into the seasoning of the meatballs.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
I feel like we need to have a buffalo party where we just bring a lot of buffalo
Yes.
dishes.
Yes,
Buffalo
and
mac
then
and
we
cheese.
can watch Amanda play Mass Effect. How far have you gotten?
Oh, that was fun to watch.
Well, I don't know how to answer that question actually. I
Has anybody died recently?
like on
Amanda
my
did a
team?
couple of times.
Yes.
Yeah. Where was I just? Well, I finished Ferris. I did that.
Okay.
Part. Yeah. I mean, everyone. No.
There's
one's-
like 3 main planets.
Nobody's
That
permanently dead. Does somebody permanently die? Is that
To
a thing
answer your
that can
question,
happen?
probably yes. Because she just asked who's dead.
Yeah, no, I've gotten so, like so the Ashley Williams character and the Liara character both are like all flirty with me, but the Ashley Williams
Are you
character,
playing a dude?
Yeah. Didn't have the option of not at the first one.
Yeah, you can be a girl.
Oh, well, it didn't let me. Anyways. Or maybe I just didn't see the right screen for it 'cause I don't know. Anyways. But yeah. So I go both ways. I don't care. So it's fine.
It's a video game. Doesn't matter. Like
the Ashley
it
Williams
matters to me because if you're a boy, you can't romance Garrus or Thane.
Well, I mean, you could try.
Well, I just assumed that was like in the second one or something. Anyways, but yeah, like, Ashley Williams is kind of a racist bitch, and
She grows on you though.
and she's like really catty with her, and not in like a cute way with her affection. And I'm just like, I don't want to put myself in an awkward position because we're living on this ship together.
oh my god, it's gonna though.
And so I just
why I
haven't.
love it.
I've just avoided talking to either one of them for like.
There will come a time. There will come a time where like, you have to make a choice.
Every time you talk about it, I'm like, God, I need to play this game.
You do. You
But,
really
like,
do.
And then I think
Sure.
of all like the whole plethora of games that I always say I need to play, and I'm like,
They all
Yeah,
don't
see, and
matter.
I hardly ever play video games, but
They
I've
don't
really
matter.
enjoyed it, and I have been, using that as a stress relief, and it's not so violent that Verity can't like be around for it.
And
so
and you
that's
notice
nice.
that like the conversation that you have is very subtle. It progresses nicely.
Yeah.
which is completely thrown out the window for Andromeda.
No, sadly.
Well,
speaking of getting angry, it's ladies'
Ah,
romance
yes.
time.
Let's do this. I got one.
All right,
who are we starting with?
I don't care. Who wants to go first?
I think I'm usually last, actually.
I don't know.
So I think I'll go first. So the past 2 nights, I have gotten very little sleep. I have to get up at 6 in the morning. And both nights, I've usually just let my boyfriend play Smite, which is an online video game. And the first night, he woke me up at 2 in the morning screaming about something. And mind you, I go to bed, I let him leave the lights on. I don't tell him to really change the volume that much. Like, I try to be, like, thoughtful to him.
Right.
He wakes me up at 2 in the morning. And I remember just looking at the clock and going, it's fucking 2 in the morning. And then passing back out. Like, I just remember him switching the light off. Woke up at 6, angry at the world. First, like, I looked at him and he's sleeping like an angelic little baby. It's so peaceful, so sweet. I took my stuffed animal that he got me for Valentine's Day and I pegged him in the head with it. And then I was like, I quickly laid down and pretended that I had been sleeping still, even though I was dressed.
It was the ghost.
It was the ghost. And he rolls over and he even cuddles me and he's like, why did you do that? I was like, go feed the cat. Before the cat eats plastic, go feed the cat. Like, because I was like, if I have to be up at the ass crack of dawn, so do you. Next day, yesterday night, I could not sleep. Could not fucking sleep. And I'm like, I have not had any sleep. This is going to be hell on me. The day before, I counted down the hours so I could go home and sleep. And I woke up and my blood sugar was really low. And he, like, the first time I woke up, he's like, oh, shoot, am I being too loud? Yes. Then I went back to sleep. Second time, I got up, got up, looked at the time, flopped dramatically over, and I'm like, I just want to die. And then I did my blood sugar, and I'm like, honey, look, and it was like 58, which is that's very low. Very low. And he's just like, oh shit. And he actually like gets up. He's like, what is? I was like, milk. And I'm like flopping around on the bed, looking at, like, eating chocolate from Christmas because we have a box of candy that's kind of like...
Were you a Margikarp?
I'm a Margikarp all the time. So, like, I'm just sitting there like shoving multiple pieces of chocolate into my mouth. And like he brings me milk and I'm just like in between like bites and like shoving milk down my mouth.
I'm picturing milk like just like pouring down your
So
face
was I.
because you didn't even like stop to swallow. You're just like...
It kind of was because I'm just like, and he kept being like, I could be quieter, and I was like, oh, you could just go to bed.
Yeah, or you could try sleeping.
And I'm just like, I don't want to be a bitch and be like, no video games on weekdays. But I'm like, this might need to be a thing because I cannot sleep with the light on. I cannot sleep with him playing video games, even when he has this little cute headphones on and he's whispering. As he told me,
Can he play in the living room?
No, yes and no, because the walls are too thin and he gets too hyper. Like, he gets into the game where he's like, God damn it! God damn it! Like, I say into it when really he's just rage mode.
He would probably not, like, he would not be watching his volume if he was in the living room as much.
And Indigo would probably murder him.
It would save you the trouble.
Yeah, because then it wouldn't be me being like, I'd be like, hey, you need, like, I love you, but you need to stop this. But no. Like, she would straight up probably just come out and beat him up. Like, I'd wake up to blood all over the walls. Be like, where's Travis?
I haven't seen him, but I do have a whole new supply for my soap lab.
Yes. So much soap. It's called blood orange soap. Smells citrusy, but it's made with blood.
It's called Rage Fuel.
It's called Ultimate Rage Fuel. But yeah, like, I realized...
It smells like lemon.
It smells so citrusy and death-like. But yeah, so I realized there's a lot of rage and aggression in me, and I'm just like literally, so I'm running on very little sleep. I'm like, fight me, like anyone like who's just like,
bitch.
Yeah, I'm just like, I was like, what'd you say? What'd you say about that Q-tip?
What did they say about a Q-tip? Now I'm very interested.
They didn't say anything because I actually misheard them. They were not talking about Q-tips. And I was like, what did you want? Like,
oh God!
They're like talking about world peace or something. You're like,
Also, I've been holding this little tiny child, and I've formed a bond with him. So every time somebody's like, "Hey, Marjorie, can you go do this?" I'm like, "No, you can go fuck yourself. This is my child. I'm not putting him down. Fuck you." Like, sleepy and ragey. Like, so now I'm a territorial, like, wolf mother of this child. I'm like, this is mine. Ah.
Ragey at new job is maybe not how you.
Well,
wanna
I mean,
go.
like, I've been like,
you're
"Oh,
still in
yeah."
your probation period.
Well, I mean, when they say, "Hey, will you go do this?" I go, "Yeah," which I mean, I'm totally down for it. But I'm like, when I'm holding the precious baby, I'm like, no, just mine meow. You can has when I clock out and go home, but for now, it's mine.
I can has baby.
Dis mine meow. Yes. Okay. I mean, this kid's young enough. He won't know that I'm not his true mother. It's fine.
Oh, you're gonna end up on the news someday. God.
Worker steals 5 children, then puts them on bus.
Gets off at the wrong stop.
News at 6. But yeah, that's my rage fuel. There will probably, if at the end of the month, if the whole games continue being played this week, there might be a murder in the next lament.
There will be blood.
There will be blood.
Maybe you should try, and I know it's a crazy idea, just throwing it out there, but like try having a conversation with him about it.
Nah, it's fine. No,
I'll just be passive aggressive about it. That's what we're at.
Well, I mean, like, I feel bad because like he's had a rough time, and I want him to like play his video games and stuff like that. But I'm just like, this is not working.
Yeah, it's called compromise.
I know.
Like you can let him feel better and be doing the things that make him happy without giving up sleeps and all of that.
Sleep
stuff.
is important. It keeps him alive.
Yes,
that's true, and it keeps him from like getting indents and bruises from my stuffed animals.
And if you want to continue being passive aggressive, but also probably fix the problem, you could start sleeping in the living room. And that will probably
that's like the answer.
Or you could just put this podcast on when it comes up if you can wait.
Just turn up.
Just
like
ask Andrew
notch
to
by
send
notch.
you just this section.
Well, I mean, like Adam will tell him about it anyways, and they'll listen to it on the podcast, and then they'll be like, Jacques!
Jacques! That was fun, by the way.
It'll be 3 weeks from now, if you can last that long.
3 weeks from now, I'll be so tired and like just dead on the inside that I'll be like, I'm wearing my pants on my head. What's new with you?
I thought that was just how you looked.
It is actually. The pants pending I took too seriously. Trying to actually...
Cute underwear, though.
Thank you. I got them on sale. They're nice and comfy.
Camera's coming soon, folks.
Although it's Tuesday, and those definitely say Thursday.
It starts with a T. Cut her some slack.
I don't have much sleep. T's look all the same, and the Y's, they all end with Y. Starts with a T, ends with
the
Y.
question is, are you wearing your Thursday undies early, or are you still wearing them for
Thursday?
Ew! Ew! Krusty!
Well, I mean, I could take them off, and we could do the test on if they stand up on their own.
No! Well, I mean, did you try them inside out first?
And then backwards, and then forwards. Well, yes, I did.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
you get a
gonna
good
have
4 days out
so
of it.
many infections.
It really bugs me when guys do it. They're like, yeah, I'm wearing this 2 days in a row. I'm like, not the same as when we do it, but like, ew, why?
Yeah,
Don't do that.
They don't have a potential for constant leakage. Like
I know,
we do,
but like, it's so
unless
gross
they need
to
to
me.
go to the doctor. But
It still grosses me out. I'm like, please stop.
Well, especially because not all guys are great about wiping, and so then there's skid marks.
Or the shake it more than 3 times and you're playing with it. Sometimes 3 times just isn't enough, I guess. I don't know.
3 times and then you were in the bathroom for a really long time.
All right, Katrina, what do you got?
Oh, so I learned that for certain people, a horrible accident, like 3 ambulances and 2 fire trucks, is not enough to keep, and police cars are not enough to keep them from going into the other lane to go around, like the oncoming traffic, to go around said accident because they don't want to wait their turn.
Oh, Lord.
Wow.
So I was heading to my mother's house, trying to drop my kids off on my way to work. And there's a horrible accident, like right on Upriver Drive where like a Vista is. And it's pretty bad. And there's like a little turnoff that you would go onto Upriver Drive. And then so you have 2 lanes going towards the river and 2 lanes coming from.
And then, so the people coming towards or going towards Division are stopped because that's where the accident is, and the police are directing traffic. So, I'm about to go, and this lady, she has a cigarette hanging out of her mouth. She looks like she just stepped right out of the trailer park. It might sound judgmental, but it's one of those people.
Right out of the crack house.
And she takes her little beat up, it looks like a Bronco or a Suburban or something like that, and she tears ass right into oncoming traffic.
Oh my god.
People in front of me slam on their brakes, and they're honking at her. She's honking at them.
Oh my God.
Flailing her arms like, move back, and they're like, bitch, you move.
Right? This is not your turn.
And so she managed to maneuver around the cars, still going in oncoming traffic, and then get back into the lane that she wants to go in. And it's like, holy, you couldn't just wait.
No.
It would have been your turn. You just had to wait.
No. She waits for no man.
I wait for no man.
And or no car.
I'm not going to
no man, no death, no anything.
Did one of the police cars at least put on their sirens and pull the bitch over?
Well, they're all out of the cars because they're dizzy.
They just shot at her tires and like popped.
That would be amazing.
And they're just like,
too much paperwork.
What?
Too much paperwork.
Yeah, no kidding.
Like, why did
and
you shoot at her
Spokane
tires?
doesn't have a good reputation when it comes to police shooting off their weapons. So,
well, I
maybe,
mean, for a good cause, I guess.
I guess tasering doesn't really work on rubber tires.
Well,
might puncture it enough.
Yeah. If you hit the car just right, I feel like that could have
like
some
the gas
potential.
tank, and then it goes up in flames.
Well, I more meant like the electricity would travel through the metal of the car
Short it
and
out.
like zap her a little
Cause
there
bit.
needs
another
to be an
accident.
action movie now where someone shoots a taser into a gas tank and it explodes.
Yes.
Well, I just want to see like
Because in action
Mythbusters.
movies, it can happen.
Yes.
Anything can happen in an action movie.
Yes. The next Star Wars movie, tell Ben.
You mean the next Star Trek since they've had so much action?
I have a lightsaber / taser. It's a light taser.
Pew pew. You hit one button, turns it on. The other button shoots the taser.
Wouldn't that just be a stormtrooper gun?
No, because then it wouldn't hit anything.
Well, I mean, it could be a taser gun for all we know, but they just don't hit anything, so we've never known.
That's true. That's true.
We'll never know.
All right, Jackie, you got anything?
Oh, so I know it's getting warmer out.
Yes.
And it's nice to be outside and walking, but crosswalks, people.
Yes.
Crosswalks. And if you're in a crosswalk and it's a busy street, wait for the fucking walk sign.
Oh, I hate that so much.
We almost hit somebody the other day. Andrew had to slam on his brakes because this guy's just nonchalantly crossing the street. You know, Andrew's laying on the horn. My 2-year-old's going, "What's that? What's that?" And I'm going, "Oh my God, we're gonna die!" Because I have severe car anxiety.
Oh yeah.
It's bad, guys.
Yeah. It's not as bad as it was right after my son was born, but
That's true.
yeah, it wasn't too bad. And then I had a kid, and
Now
Yeah.
it's awful.
all hell
it
broke
makes
loose.
anxiety of all kinds. You're like,
Yeah.
everything's trying to kill my child. That's all of a sudden, that's my life.
Yeah, but it just like, I don't get it because he almost got hit by us, and I
Well,
just
because
see it everywhere.
Pedestrians have the right of way.
They
Which
don't.
is not to be
No.
confused with bicyclists. Bicyclists do not have the right of way.
Oh, bicyclists.
Oh, they act like they're cars and pedestrians. I hate it.
Right, because they'll be like, I'm not going to get off my bike to go through this crosswalk. Like, well, then you can wait like a
Right.
vehicle that
Which
you
is
are.
what they're supposed to do. They're
Yeah.
supposed
Yeah,
to
if-
follow all the traffic laws like a fucking car.
If
But
you're
they
gonna
don't.
get off and walk it, I will stop for you if you're at
Yes.
a crosswalk. But if you're
Yes.
gonna ride your bike across, no.
No, you're a vehicle and you're
Yeah.
going into oncoming traffic. You need to yield to oncoming
Right.
traffic.
Oh, coming
Bicyclists.
to drop off Amanda's crockpot today. I'm driving down Wellesley and going on the opposite side of the road, so traffic would be oncoming to her. She's walking in the middle of the road. Not Amanda, some random lady. I just realized
clarifying that.
This lady's walking down the side of the road carrying like 10 grocery bags, just the middle of the road, and she
Oh my
sees
God.
cars and she's like, oh, I guess. She gets over to the sidewalk, which was completely open.
Yeah, because it's it's warm out. There's no more snow blocking them.
Right. I mean,
Oh.
maybe there were some trash cans because it was trash day on that street
Those
or
don't
something.
usually
but
take up a whole sidewalk.
Right.
though.
See, and that's why I think
Those
that
are easily
if ever
maneuvered
there
around.
were a zombie apocalypse here in Spokane, come wintertime we'd be fine.
Oh, yeah. We'd be totally fine. There was a lady, we were actually near the mall, and this lady decides to walk across the road instead of going
God.
to the crosswalk, and she has a cigarette in one mouth, like, I think, like,
In
whatever.
one mouth.
40 in the other.
What was in her other mouth?
Don't ask questions.
Where was it?
Don't ask
There's
questions.
some things you just don't want to know.
I think I've seen that movie once.
Could you see the teeth?
No, it was
Oh
down
my
below.
God.
It was down below.
No,
Thankfully, she was
I
wearing
saw the
pants.
worst thing. It was a picture of like a woman's vagina with dentures in it.
Ah!
So when you said
so you
that,
mean the movie Teeth, actually. You actually mean the movie Teeth.
So unsanitary. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
But anyways, she's walking, like, she gets onto the little, like, concrete, like, medium that's not really medium.
Median.
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 That's the new.
Thanks, Trina.
That's the new show on TNT. Concrete medium.
and then she jumped on the concrete large, and
It's a venti. Thank you very much. Venti. We're very yes. Anyways, and like she doesn't book it across. She waits till cars are coming and then steps into the road. And like Travis rolls down the window and just yells, "Really?" And she turns around like, "Oh my god, fuck yeah!" And she just like she walks across to the bus stop, like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna miss the bus that's not even here unless I walk across the street and almost get myself killed."
You know, sometimes I think that's their goal because if they get hit by a car, they can sue you.
Right.
Unless they are being unsafe, like if
No,
they-
because pedestrians always have the right of way, even if they're jaywalking. That's what Washington is. They always
Yeah.
have the right of way.
unless you can prove that, like, you know, you did not have a chance to stop, like if they just stepped down in front of your car.
In certain situations you'd be okay, but mostly you'd be screwed.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, people are dumb.
Oh yeah, my friend drove his bike into a car yesterday
Lord.
and had to go to the hospital for it.
A parked car?
I don't know. I would not be surprised if it was a moving car. I would not be surprised if it was a parked car.
I remember my dad got hit by a bike once.
I thought you were gonna say a bus.
I almost did.
I did
Like,
too. I'm like, when was this?
no, he was in his car and the guy didn't stop in time, and he didn't have the right of way. Dad did, and he like just ran right into Dad's car.
Nice.
All right,
So how are you?
Mine. I'm not too terribly ragey about it, but it's just like one of those things that's been bugging me for probably years. But like, I respect the grocery store cashier people. Like, they're checking you out, you know, the checkers. I respect them as a job. Like, whether it's your long-term profession or you're doing it through high school, whatever, I don't care. That's great. I'm so glad you're there. Like, I really am. But for the love of God, like, when you've got the thing that moves automatically when your thing is clear, and you take stuff from behind the thing that's blocking your, what is that called? The little
Conveyor
treadmill
belt.
thing.
Yeah.
Conveyor belt. Yes. So they've got the sensor, right? And if something's there, then it keeps it stopped. And when they pick it up and scan it, then it moves it forward. And the people behind that person can put their shit on the conveyor belt so that they're not scrambling to try and get it up, you know, right before.
That's what she said.
But yeah,
Viagra.
So I see this happen all the time, though. They've got like a thing up in the front, and they're just like leaving it there and grabbing stuff from behind it. So I've got, you know, my like one box of cereal on the conveyor belt and a cart full of shit, and like most of their stuff is in the bags, but I can't put anything else up there because they've just been. So that, and then not sliding the stupid divider things down when they set it right next to them. Fuck off. Like, how is that making your job more difficult if there's more than one person's stuff on there? It makes your job easier. It does. I'm sorry.
Makes
Like,
it go quicker.
Yeah. Like, what the hell? And then the other thing that they do that bugs me as well, it's sort of two things, but it's kind of related. But like, when I put my stuff up there, I group it how I want it bagged.
Right.
Not everyone does that, and I understand that. But, my stuff makes sense. I actually had a cashier compliment me on how I had organized my stuff on the conveyor belt.
Yeah, I'll usually do that too.
Which was the
I
proudest,
used to be a cashier.
the
so.
proudest moment of my young life was being complimented by a cashier. But whoa, sorry, table.
Wow, calm down.
Sorry.
Scrambling to get it up.
Yeah, when well, it's little. It takes a while. Anyways. So, yeah, when I have it all nicely put out in ways that make sense, don't fucking grab stuff from a totally different section and put it in. Like, don't suddenly put my meat in with my, baking ingredients.
No, why would
that
you do
makes
that?
no sense
That's
to me.
not okay.
Don't put my eczema cream in with my vegetables. Are you kidding me? Like, what the fuck? Or the alternative where they just bag everything in its own bag.
Oh, I hate that.
Oh, it's like, how many bags did I need?
Like, the
Not that
environment is coming for you. Like, you're going to wake up suffocating on a plastic bag that somehow found its way into your house.
It was the
many.
seagulls.
They probably actually have nightmares about that.
Well, I hope so. Anyways, that's mine.
I think my biggest pet peeve about grocery store checkout lines is when you have one item and the person in front of you has like a million and they look at you and they just go back to their happy ways. I'm like, I have one item. Just let me go. You have 20 million items. Just let me go. And then they have a fuck ton of coupons. They're like, I see that you only have one item. I must get all my money back. I'm just
because America
behind the extreme couponer.
That always seems to be the case where it's just like, oh honey, do you have one item and you probably got something you gotta go to? Well, too bad.
Should have picked a different line, bitch. Yeah, no,
it's not in the cards for you today.
Should have just lived without.
Not today.
Not today, Satan. I am Satan. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I know too though that sometimes when I'm at the grocery store, I could probably have been that person that looked right at you, and I had no idea that you were even standing there.
We've made eye contact a few times, Amanda.
By the end of the grocery store, I'm like, my eyes are glazed over. Verity's usually chatting oh my god, so fast.
Where it just becomes a chitter.
Yeah,
not even words, just chitter.
It's like noise, this constant noise in my ear, and I just want to go home and cry a little bit. And so I'm sure that you just never know what's going on with somebody else when it comes to stuff like that.
I will say that I have stopped several cashiers. I'm like, just put them on the back conveyor belt. Just send them to me and I will bag my own groceries. So I cannot. No, I'm not putting up with this nonsense. You just keep coming and I will bag my own. That's why I like Winco.
They let you bag your own.
They let you bag your own
That's
groceries.
also what she said.
She's a strong, independent woman. She don't need no baggers.
I will bag myself.
Well, and I bag less stuff when I bag my own. Like, I won't bag my bread or and the milk and.
Well, milk doesn't need to be bagged.
When they put the milk in a bag, who does that? It makes me crazy.
I'm like, no,
stop that.
I've only seen it when I have a half gallon or whatever, which I got.
Well, and that makes more sense because usually they put something else in with it.
But I don't.
I've only ever had milk bagged when I am walking a long distance.
Well, yeah, and that makes sense. But even then, a lot of times, it's a pretty good handle.
Mm-hmm.
You know, unless you've got the little cardboard carton things. Yeah. So, yeah.
Anchor.
I just hate the grocery store. Really, is what that's all about.
So I kind of have PTSD at Fred Meyer because I worked there for so freaking long. One of my favorite, but not favorite stories is that I was working as the cashier, and my boss hated me for some reason. I have no idea why. But she also loved this guy named Casey. He was he could do no wrong, walking on water. But he was an he was an arrogant a-hole. And he wasn't that handsome, but he thought he was God's gift to women.
Oh, good.
And so we were like, hey,
I feel
Casey,
I might
how's
know
it
this
going?
person.
And
same name.
But
probably is.
So, there was one night that I'm forced to cashier with Casey. And then he's talking about all the hot girls that are coming into the store. And then he's basically, we're having a conversation, but not really. We're he's talking at me. And then he's like, oh, you're a 6. I'm like, a 6 what?
Oh, my God.
He's like, on a scale of 1 to 10, you're a 6. I'm like, thank you for that unsolicited compliment. I'm not really thinking it's a compliment. He goes, well, you're above average. I'm like, yay. Thanks. I don't really
I'm so glad you think
care.
so.
Thank you for rating me.
I had a married guy who was trying to sleep with me tell me I was a 10 one time. I was like, I own a mirror, buddy. That's He's like, and I'm like, what's a 10 to you? Like, what is like? And he's like, Heidi Klum, and I'm like, Heidi Klum and me are the same level.
You've got no clue.
Yeah, I'm like, I mean, I'm not like down on myself, but like, I can pull off an 8 on an extra good day. And not really so much anymore. This was before I had Verity.
I think I can pull off a solid 5. I'm pretty sure I can like put myself on a solid 5. Like, not too bad, but not too good. Like,
See,
5.
it all depends on like how much sugar I've had that day. Because some days I'm like, bitch, you look fantastic. Eyes are on fleek. You got this. Look at this. You got this. I'm like, yeah, I know I'm an 8 or a 9. Yeah, I know it. And other days I'm like, I'm a 1. Why are you even married to me, Benjamin? I'm so gross and disgusting. He's like, I love you. Do you really? He's like, do I just need to leave you alone for a minute? Do you need to leave me forever? Because why would you marry an ugly person like me? He goes, yeah, okay, I love you, honey. I'm going to go get something to eat.
That's almost every other day with poor Travis, where I'm like, I'm sorry for being me. And he's like, what? And I'm like, I love you.
with that face and everything.
Probably. I think that's the only face she makes. she makes that face every time I hear. That's how she talks.
Yes, that is why. Like, if I'm not making.
That's her serious face. It's just my serious face.
I go from a solid 5 to a -2.
I don't think that's true, but I do think you and Travis are really well suited for each other.
I know. It's just like every time,
like they're both average, or what are you saying?
No, he's closer
they
to
both
like maybe
make that face, and
he'll make fun of me where he's like, kiss me. This is how you communicate. I'm communicating, Marjorie. Kiss me. And I'm like, just fucking shut up. And he's like, kiss me. And I'm like, no.
I'd be like, Gollum, back up. What is going on?
Well, then I'll go back to him. Like, I'm just like, this is how you communicate, both Marjorie and Travis. I'm speaking our languages. Kiss.
Gross. All right, let's go to a break. Everyone needs to go puke right now.
You guys will never get that voice out of your head. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
I'm Burr Martin from the Burr Martin Experience podcast, one of the family-friendly podcasts at Pants Pending Studio. Now, the Pants Pending crew were kind enough to do a clean commercial for my podcast. I thought I'd return the favor. So listen up! Do we cuss on my show? No. But if that's all that's stopping you from listening, then you've also missed us talking about capturing doggy sperm in a candy bag, sex dolls, masturbating in a Wendy's, diarrhea, my brush with a porn star, and the case of the cross-dressing truck driver. So if that floats your boat, or at least gives you half a chub, then tune in, you piece of because the Burr Martin Experience podcast is the yo!
Oh, hey there. I didn't notice you sitting there. Thanks for joining me. My name is Dees. I'm the host of the Social Hour podcast. You know, I've just been sitting here, sipping on some Earl Grey tea by the fireplace in my satin robe, just watching the rain come down and thinking about how the heads at the Pants Pending Network wanted me to do a family-friendly promo for the Social Hour to show that it's a program that can be shared by everyone in the family. So here's some clips from the show that the whole gang can sit down and enjoy. Really? We've got none? Like 0? Oh, what the
Get ready for the Social Hour.
y'all doing?
Oh, fantastic.
I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to the listeners.
I was waiting
They
for
can't
the listeners
respond.
to respond.
They could, though. I gave the pause.
I'll listen to it for you and just respond.
You'd be like, I'm good, Marjorie. Thank you for asking.
You just message her. Send her a Snapchat with your hair like all crazy. Not good, Marjorie. Not good.
Not Marjorie face good.
All right. We're going to get right into our Amazon reviews. That last section went a little longer than we went for it.
really did.
So to make sure we get in the good stuff, and then if we have time at the end, we'll ramble some more probably, because that's how we roll. Oh, I missed my thing. Okay. So the reviews today are for the Playmobil Security Checkpoint. This is a kid's toy. And it's basically a TSA checkpoint at the airport. So, anyone raring to go?
Sure.
Okay.
So I have a 3-star review called "Not Appropriate."
Oh, you stole mine.
I
even claimed it beforehand.
Oh,
What the
I'm
heck?
sorry. My listening ears were off. I will totally not do that one then. Hold on. I found another one called...
So Jackie has dibs on that one.
Okay, dibs. Don't touch that one. But I've read the title for you, so if they just want to jump back in time, or we could just...
Not appropriate by Smart.
Okay, so I got another one it's also another 3-star. Thank God for that. Needs Improvement by DLH. Want to take that one? No, we're good. My kids and I like the Playmobil Security Checkpoint, but several options are missing and or needed to be included. The no privacy full body scanner and the cavity search back room are not included. You also need to buy at least 3 sets and leave 2 of them unmanned and closed for more realism. 79 people found this very helpful.
I've got one that says, "Do not order alongside shampoo and pocket knives."
Oh my God.
By CJS, 3 stars. I ordered this toy a few weeks ago, and to save on shipping, combined it with a Swiss Army pocket knife, a bottle of shampoo, a padlock, and a few shirts. Imagine my surprise when the package arrived sans knife or shampoo, and with all the clothing unfolded. The padlock I ordered was also damaged, with marks resembling those from bolt cutters. Strange. I called Amazon customer service, but while I was on hold, I heard the sound of breathing coming from the other end, so I hung up. On a side note, I really appreciate the note of thanks from Amazon printed on the packaging tape. TSA. Thanks sincerely, Amazon. Nice touch.
I think Marjorie might be working at Amazon.
That's you. That's my side job.
Not Appropriate by Smart. Upon further investigation, we found the civilian toy to have 5 grams of cocaine lodged within what would be the rectal area of the toy. Not appropriate for kids. Thankfully, we now have another detainee for our Playmobil Guantanamo Bay playset. 80 people found this helpful.
This one is a 5-star review called Incredibly Realistic. My son and I played with it a few times, but I didn't think he really understood how to work it. So I substituted the dad with my old Muhammad Ali action figure, and instantly he took 20 extra minutes to get through. Using a brown character over the dad unlocked several hidden functions, including cavity search, laptop dismantling, and finally, tasering. 6-volt lantern battery not included. 112 people found that helpful.
Wow, good for them.
I have a 3-star. It says, "Great lesson for the kids."
Oh, no.
By Loose Nut.
Oh, God.
Lord.
I was a little disappointed when I first bought this item because functionality is limited. My 5-year-old son pointed out that the passenger shoes cannot be removed. Then we placed a deadly fingernail file underneath the passenger scarf. But neither the detector nor doorway nor the security wand picked it up. My son said, "That's the worst security ever." But it turned out to be okay, because when the passenger got on the Playmobil B757 and tried to hijack it, she was mobbed by a couple of other heroic passengers who only sustained minor injuries in the scuffle, which were treated at the Playmobil hospital. The best thing about this product is that it teaches kids about the realities of living in a high surveillance society. My son said he wants the Playmobil neighborhood surveillance system set for Christmas. I've heard that the CCTV cameras on that thing are pretty worthless in terms of quality and motion detection. So I think I'll get him the Playmobil Abu Ghraib interrogation set instead. It comes with a cute little memo from George Bush. 12,174 people found that helpful.
Sweet Jesus.
Wow.
All right, I have one called Totally Racist. It's a 1-star review by Peter Strother. I purchased this Playmobil Security Checkpoint for my twin daughter's birthday, and I immediately regretted it. My daughter's Jasmine doll, from Aladdin, got detained and interrogated for hours when she passed through the checkpoint. One of my daughters walked Dora the Explorer through the checkpoint and was immediately asked to produce her papers. The Playmobil TSA agents have made airline travel a miserable experience. 77 people found that very helpful. Good for them.
This one is a 5-star review entitled Poor Durability by Mark. I purchased the UK spec of this toy. It's identical to the USA version, but the border agents carry limp celery sticks instead of guns. I was sadly disappointed to find that the first time I combined it with the Calais illegal immigrant set, the scanner failed, and I now have 8,000 unregistered aliens in my child's toy box claiming asylum. Please rectify.
I've got one called No Longer Available. It's a 4-star review by BBDD. Get it now, as it will no longer be available soon. TSA has requested this product be removed from the market. It was deemed a security risk. It's part of the shtick. As it is virtually identical to the actual training material that is used to train TSA agents. Could have just been passed off to the shtick, but no, you guys
shtick.
gotta... Alright, you gotta read that first one.
Okay. All right, I'm doing it. I'm doing the redacted.
Oh no.
It's a 3-star review entitled Redacted, 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 Fantastic, Redacted, Redacted, Toy, Redacted by Paul Nord. Redacted, 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 everything. Redacted, redacted, is. Redacted, 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 fine. Redacted, 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 love. Redacted, 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 your. Redacted, redacted, government.
See, I didn't really understand what redacted meant until like you read that. I was like, it means blacked out. Huh. All right.
I have a 2-star called Discrimination by Paul Pearson. I'm a double amputee. How I got that way is not important. Let's just say that when you're at the laundromat, methamphetamine and the spin cycle don't mix. I got to the Playmobil Security Checkpoint right away, and the checkers cast an uneasy glance at me. They were staring me down, exchanging a couple of furtive comments to themselves. When I arrived at the metal detector, they immediately gave me the 3rd degree. Take off your shoes, please, the guard said. I'm a double amputee. Take off your shoes, please. Didn't you just hear me? I'm a double amputee. I have no shoes. Joking about this process is a felony, sir. Please remove your shoes. I'm not joking. Haven't you figured out by now that I don't have any shoes? What's your deal? Right then, he pushed a button, a red light went off, and the sirens blared. Before I could speak a word of response, I was whisked away by an unseen force, shoved roughly through a door, and dropped at an iron table in the Playmobil interrogation lounge. The door behind me made a loud locking sound, and I sat there for 10 minutes in solitude. Then a door opened, and a stiff-suited man with aviator glasses stomped in. I'm Lieutenant Bonds Heck with Airport Security, he grunted. You know why you're here? No, honestly I don't. The guard kept telling me to take off my shoes, but I can't because, as you can plainly see, I'm a double amputee. Uh-huh, and I suppose you're going to tell me that you got that way mixing meth and washing machines, aren't you? Well, I've heard it all before, son. Let me tell you something. These are different times. Our enemies lay in wait. They lay in plain sight. Sometimes they emerge from the bonsai trees. Sometimes they're serving you whoppers and fries. Sometimes they pop out of a giant cake at a pimp's birthday party. Sometimes they're your stepdad. There's no way to predict where the next threat's going to come from. Do you understand me, traveler? Do you understand what I'm getting at? What are you trying to infer, Lieutenant Heck? He sat down in the opposite chair, clenched his jaw, and snapped his teeth. He gazed at me, deliberately raising the tension with a scowl. Then diffusing it with an exhalation, he finally got to the point. You have no legs. That's correct. He took off his aviator glasses. Pop quiz. What else has no legs? I don't know. Single-celled organisms? Fish? Coffee machines? Personal massagers? Those little tags you find
Depends.
on... Those little tags you find on... Heck slammed down his fist. Stop playing with me. You know full well what I'm getting at. Then it dawned on me. Yep, I knew full well what he was getting at. It's followed me in my whole life. The verbal taunts, the vicious rumors, the flagrant mistrust I'd come across every day of my damn life since the accident. Surely you can't be serious. You don't mean to imply that I'm a... Heck slammed his fist on the table again. Yes, you have no legs. And what else doesn't have any legs? I bit my tongue. Here we go again. Fisher-Price figures. That's what. Heck screamed. You're in the Fascist-Price terrorist army, aren't you? This isn't outrageous. I'm a full-fledged citizen like you. How could you mistake me for a Fisher-Price terrorist? Where were you planning to go? Let me ask you that, Heck demanded. Just to the Playmobil water spa in Germany. I swear, it's therapeutic. Are you sure? Heck leaned in. Are you sure you weren't heading to play family boot camp in East Aurora to get your indoctrination on? Huh? This is ridiculous. Look, I'm a Playmobil just like you. I just don't have legs. But I have arms. I have hands curved to grasp stick-like objects. And I have a hat on my head that pops off and exposes my cranial cavity like everybody else. Heck leaned in further, his invisible nose up against mine. Listen, Pokey, I've seen it all. I've seen the terrible things you only read about in your plastic laptop. And I know my history, Bucky. Pawtucket 23, El Segundo 45, Zerdoff 75. I've seen Playmobil pony ranches left in the bathtubs by careless children. Or so they say. I've seen Playmobil pirate ships left for dead in city dumps. Oh, hey, they just outgrew them. That's what they say. You really believe that? You know the fear those people put us through? And that's fundamentalist orthodoxy of the Fisher-Price Figaro fascists that are behind all of it. I love my country, partner, and I will defend it. They let me go, but they never gave me back my hat. So now there's a big hole on the top of my head, and it's raining. 161 people found that helpful.
I'm not gonna lie. Part of me is like, roll credits. Like, that was the best one. Roll credits. I have one called "The Government is Also a Toy Factory." 2 stars by Jatian. Tyranny is now fun. This is a great way to indoctrinate your children into believing that giving up rights for security is a good thing. Clothing on passenger can't be removed, so it's not really realistic. Nor do the security figures have gloves on. Health hazard! But that's okay. You get microwaved in the x-ray scanner anyways. But you'll notice that each figure is smiling brightly because they know they are now safe under the government's watch. Big Brother knows what's best for the people. 73 people found that helpful.
It's a 3-star. Generally good, but lacking certain obvious features by Scott Wilson. Generally, this is a good product for teaching children to obey people who say you should obey them, which of course is how to be a good citizen, and everybody knows it. Unfortunately, the plastic is a lower grade than it should be. When my daughter was unable to make one of the terrorist passengers confess and applied a heated piece of coat hanger wire to the terrorist traveler's face, instead of divulging the lies he was withholding, his face melted. Very disappointing given the strength of other plastics on the market. If we are going to use this as a teaching tool, we need to think in terms of the future here. We also quickly became aware that the nice security agents needs to give out audible voice commands to help children learn the cues for future submissive behavior. For example, when the TSA agent gropes the old lady in the extended pack, he should shout, "Either you do it or I will have you arrested. Do you want to fly to see your children or spend tonight in a cold cement jail cell?" There were other areas lacking realism, but that one seems an easy fix for later upgrades now that batteries have gotten smaller and speaking dolls are common. I'd also have preferred not to pay so much extra just to get the working handcuffs and the holding cell for the traveling terrorists our children help apprehend to make the collective better.
That was a hiccup out of nowhere. Just so you know. And I'm not drunk, I promise.
Sure, yeah.
Much.
I'm trying to figure out a voice for this.
Do a southern.
Southern?
Yeah, southern.
It's called, it's a 1-star, Opened Up a Dark Secret and Ruined My Marriage by Melva. My husband, John, has a thing for Playmobil and even made a version of himself to put in his Playmobil world. Although I thought it was strange, John said this set would be a perfect addition to the Playmobil pirate set in his man cave. When he didn't join me for the nightly news, I assumed he just fell asleep in his recliner. I called for him, and when I got no reply, went downstairs. All I can say is, apparently, John enjoys being dominated by the TSA. John's figure was inside the x-ray compartment with all kinds of gadgets shoved up his nethers. Needless to say, I spent the night sobbing on my mother's shoulder, listening to her say, "I told you so," over and over and over. Darn you, Playmobil. Darn you.
Darn you.
48 people found that very helpful. I have like one critique where I was like, John's does not have the little, doesn't have the little thing. Yeah, punctuation. I couldn't remember how to say. I was like, thingamajigger, that thing, the apostrophe. It's missing an apostrophe. English major.
3-star review called "Do Not Fly" by Jay Kenyon. I just wanted to say Kenyon. The toy works perfectly, but all my son's action figures appear to be on a no-fly list, even the birds. Thank goodness we have a train set, or we wouldn't get the other toys anywhere. Is there any way to confirm an action figure can fly before you buy it? The Playmobil airport is in bankruptcy proceedings until they can get more passengers. It seems everyone loses at this game.
Yes. We're all so quiet. Is this the end?
Yeah. Hold on.
Oh, hold on.
Last one.
Wait for it.
2-star by Molan Labe. And it's titled Molan Labe. I'm waiting for the Playmobil Mexican drug cartel set. It comes complete with ransom note, bale of marijuana, and the victims come with both heads and headless bodies. Wonderful toy for kids. Let's see their future. But the security set is good for teaching your kids about how America is not free anymore, especially when there is a toy that proves it. The durability of this item amazed me when I chucked the whole effing thing against the wall of my house and nothing broke.
Oh.
I guess the Chinese are pretty good at making things. Molalabe! 40 people found that helpful.
Thank God for those 40 people. Lordy. Oh, Lord. Lordy my. John.
Never you mind, Martha. Never you mind.
His nethers. Oh, God. I'm just gonna nethers. That was spelled so like, I was like, nethers? What is that? What is that? Nethers.
So,
you don't know what nethers are?
Well, I know what nethers are, but I've never seen it actually typed out, so I was like, that looks like a dog name. Nethers, you get here. You get here right now.
Well, I mean, whatever works for you guys.
That's why Travis is always
Kiss.
Like, yes, Master.
Kiss.
Nethers.
Kiss. Nethers.
Oh, my goodness.
So we have to get a new candle for down here.
Where did it go?
Well, it was over on the table over there, and Andrew left it burning and tried to burn the house down on Saturday.
Burning down the house.
Thank God it was in a glass container. But there's like at least one can of Febreze. I'm not sure what that other can is over there. And the air deodorizer thing, which is the big white thing.
My work actually sells candles, and they're really cool.
Do they smell like wet dog?
No.
I hope so.
No, there's actually one called Sugar Skull, and I want to buy it so bad.
That sounds really cool. Is it in the shape of a skull?
No.
Oh.
It's just called Sugar Skull. It smells really nice. I don't know exactly what it smells like, but it's nice.
It smells like
Sugar skulls.
Yeah. Sugar Skull. They just told you. Like, were you not reading?
They have one that's called Daisy, and I don't like that one as much, but there's one called Blueberry Muffin, and that one smells fantastic.
Please tell me at least the color is blue.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was going to be really upset if it was like Blueberry Muffin, green.
It's
would
yellow
be
with
Well, I mean,
blue
blueberries
spots.
are kind of green on the inside, so.
But not on
Especially
the
in
outside.
muffins, because they get
Right.
mixed up a little
I
bit.
love blueberry muffins.
That's the only time I ever like
Now I
blueberries
might
is in
need to make
muffins.
blueberry
Ooh,
muffins.
my new
What are you
favorite
guys doing to
game
me?
is Blueberry Muffin or Chihuahua.
What?
Oh, yes.
Yes, Janie posted.
Oh, okay. I was like, what the heck does that mean?
Oh my gosh,
no.
we had a little Chihuahua come in today, and I don't even know if you could classify it as a dog and not like an alien, because it's only 2 pounds, and most of its weight was its head.
Oh my god.
And its face was just this like round ball with this like little tiny triangle coming off its face that was its mouth, and its mouth is too small to contain its tongue, so its tongue is like flipping outside, and you can't hold pressure on its head because it has a huge open fontanelle.
What?
So you,
Wow, why?
if this dog were to like fall, and like you just need a helmet. We should just grab.
Dog has
anybody,
a self-destruct
does,
button.
does anybody have like one of those little football wobbly head things where you just take the helmet off and put it on the dog?
Well, I mean, you could always get like the little like play toy helmets that they make,
Right?
and then like cut out
Yes.
holes for the ears.
Right? It's like
That'd
you
be
need a helmet, dog, because all it takes is one like little bop and your brain is dead.
Oh my god. Well,
I hope they do not have
And
children.
they had
in their
to,
family.
they
Or
had
other
to
dogs.
withdraw. They had to draw blood on the dog, and they took like 3 cc's because
That's like the entire dog.
right. That's how much you need to run the test.
Right, but
And
There goes
so
the
dog.
dog just immediately faints. It's just like,
they took the blood. I'm like, does she need a transfusion now? And the dog's sitting there going. They're trying to take her blood, and she goes.
you're like, oh, it's a duck. It's a duck. Just kidding.
It's like, wait,
dog broke. Just kidding.
is there a duck at the hospital?
You opened the emergency exit, and that's the siren.
Oh, it's actually attached to a bomb shelter. The hospital is.
I love this story.
That's where we put that's where all the storage stuff goes. So the
Nice.
further you go into the bomb shelter, you'll have things like the Christmas stuff and.
I was told that there's 2
Jim,
ghosts at my
we left
at
him
my,
back there.
at my place.
Mhm.
At the new job I work at, there's 2 ghosts, and like one is like a child, which is okay, and the other one's like I guess a tall like man in a like black jacket, and I'm like that's terrifying.
a child,
Like Johnny
like
Cash.
a predator.
Something like
When the
that,
man
and like
comes
I guess
around.
it's only in like the sleep room, and I'm like that's like where it's dark already and scary as shit, and I'm like please don't tell me these things.
Yucky.
Yeah, because like I
Did
guess
you tell Travis that there was a child ghost at your work?
I don't want it coming home with me and then playing with the other children ghosts we have there, or them I mean, like if they followed me to that and like stayed there, that'd be fine. Like so relocate the ghosts, it's fine.
There you go.
Hey, do you want to
Here,
come play with other
like-
kid ghosts? Just attach onto me and let's go.
But you gotta stay there because
Hop
I'm
in the
not bringing you
car.
back.
And you stay in the back seat while we're driving.
And if I look in the back seat and I see you, we'll both be dead, and it won't be okay.
Oh, driving here, I had put Mason's
Oh, no.
stuffed lion. I kind of shove it back so that I could get him out of the car. And so it's sitting there just like staring at me from the top of the back seat. And, you know, I don't know. I'm driving along and I check my rear view and I'm like, oh God, what is that?
Sweet
Oh.
Jesus.
Oh man, you should have seen me. Like I posted on about Facebook, but when the spider was in my car,
I saw that.
Oh my god. So now, okay, so there's more to that story.
Dude, go on.
So no, I'm driving along and I'm coming down the South Hill, and they have like some curves that come around.
Right.
So I'm in the midst of taking a curve, and then I see the spider, and I punch my visor, but one hand is punching the visor, and the other hand's going woo into the other lane.
Oh
So
no.
I was like, oh no, correct myself, go back into the lane. Oh my god, did I hit the spider? So I actually am driving an object terror, like trying to stare at my visor, but also stare at the road,
like not die. Yeah.
right? And I'm not able to pull over and stop until like close to once I get on Market, close to Euclid, and then I bust the door open and I jump out and I'm flailing like a crazy woman, shaking my clothes because I'm like, oh god, it's on me.
Well,
and
I
then
live right by there. You should have called me. I would have come and watched you freak out.
Just watch.
I was like pulled down my visor, like super careful because I'm like, the carcass is gonna fall out, and then it's like nothing there. I'm like, oh god, that's worse.
Did you find it in your bra later? Like,
Well, I was like in the middle of the street, like pulling out my shirt, like shaking my shirt around, and I'm wearing scrubs at the time, so it's like, what is this? Do you need medical attention, medical person? It's like, oh god, I'm like flailing, and I'm sitting there, and it's starting to rain, and I'm standing, and I'm gonna just have my arms crossed in the rain, and I'm staring at my car, going, I have a decision to make. Do I get back in the car, or do I walk? And so I was like, maybe I should call Benjamin. Like, I'm not going to make Benjamin pack up the kids to come to drive my car home. And I'm like, that's just being ridiculous, Katrina. I'm like,
Did you bug bomb your car?
No, I just sat there for 5 minutes as it's raining, staring at the open door of my car, going, as it's still cold and raining. I'm just still there with my arms crossed. People are driving by, probably going like, what the hell is she doing? Because I'm just going,
they don't notice in that area. That's normal.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I'm so close to my house. I could close the door and just lock it and then just walk to my house. I'm just like, but I'm already late because I was off work late. And I'm like, so finally it's like, okay, get back in the car. So I got back in the car, but then I was like paranoid because I'm like, it's gonna jump out at me, it's planning my demise. And you don't know, spiders get angry.
They do.
Spider-Man.
Yeah. Spider-Man. I like your logic. Spider-Man.
He became Spider-Man because that stupid spider got freaking angry.
Yeah. He's a radioactive spider. Yeah.
I can't handle that responsibility, Marjorie.
I know you can't.
I would use my web slinging abilities to steal cakes.
I think that's a perfect use.
Yeah, I feel
you
like
just
that's
become the
legitimate.
villain rather than the
yeah.
It's not even really a villain. It's kinda
Spider
like-
cake, spider cake.
But then it'd have web all over it, and that's kind of gross.
Oh.
Yeah, but you're a spider, so you
Hey
don't
there,
care.
spider cakes.
Did you ever find the spider?
No. Nope, never found the spider. So, but then I was contemplating, like, I was covered in dog hair. I'm like, was there even really a spider? Do any of us really exist in this world?
Oh my god.
Like an existential crisis.
There was a for the summer I had like webs in the corner that kept appearing, and I just kind of accepted that there was a spider in my car, and if I didn't see it, I'd be okay. I was like,
Schrodinger's spider.
Yeah, I was like, if I don't see it, I'm willing to just accept that it lives in my car, and I have a house. I have a car spider. I'm okay with that. And then like there was one time I was driving from Spirit Lake to work at like 5 a.m, and like it finally appeared, this yellow like go fuck yourself spider that just like skittered across, and of course I start screeching. I have one hand on the wheel. I'm like trying to grab things, and I'm trying to find something. I find a piece of paper and I try and smack it, and I miss. So I'm screeching even more as I'm like trying to like hit it. And whenever I kill a spider, I always have to smear it to make sure it's dead. So I smash it and I smear.
Take
and I'm
the
like,
blood of your enemies. War paint.
It's worse when it's on like the wall because then I won't
It's like
touch it.
Marjorie Marjorie, what's on your face? Is that a spider leg?
It's an eyelash. It's an eyelash, guys. It's an eyelash.
But I won't touch it because I will not touch the guts or anything in case it's still alive. But yeah, so I think there's still like a slight like yellow smear somewhere in my car.
Oh my god!
Because I hit it, like I missed it once, it fell, and I went like as I'm driving.
When I was in high school, there was a spider in my room, and it was up high, and I couldn't grab it. And my dad told me that if I wanted it dead, I'd have to kill it myself. So we just had a relationship. His name was Bob. And like, Bob, as long as you stay in your corner, I will stay over here in my bed. Do not cross the line. Do not cross the line. Let's have an understanding. You stay there, and I'll stay over here, and nobody has to die tonight.
See, and I'm not like afraid of spiders. Like, they startle me when they you know, jump out of nowhere. And my husband, however, is afraid of spiders.
Yeah.
And there was one in a corner, and it was like behind our TV, and we had a baby gate in front of the TV, and like it was behind a bunch of shit. And he's like, honey, will you kill that spider? I'm like, no, there's no way I'm gonna climb over that and over all that stuff and kill the spider. If you want it dead, you have to kill it. So I was your dad in this scenario. And so we had just, you know, a corner living room spider named Frank. And I'm pretty sure that I killed Frank because we rearranged everything, and he had still been there, but we hadn't seen him in a couple of weeks. And then I moved something from another corner, and a spider comes darting across the floor, and I was like, oh god. And so I stepped on it. Because, you know, it startled me.
And then Frank goes, curse your sudden but inevitable betrayal.
Hey, we had a deal, Frank. We had a deal, and the deal was that you stayed in your corner. You breached our contract and had to be taken care of.
We hired a hitman.
So Verity's always been like super freaked out by spiders and stuff. Like, well, she's gone back and forth because when she was really little, she was like really interested in bugs, and then she got really afraid of everything, basically.
Aww.
And she seems to be coming back around because she's very scientifically minded, and so she has these like plastic test tube things that are like fairly large. They're like an inch in diameter, and she found no. I don't think so. I think they came with something else. Okay. It might have been from that, though, because these have like a screw-on cap, and I don't think the ones you gave her did. But anyways, so she found this like teeny tiny little spider in the kitchen the other day, and she goes and gets her little test tube thing and puts it in there and puts the cap on. And I was like, okay, well, you know, it's gonna die in there. Like, and she's like, well, but why? And I was like, well, it doesn't have any food. Well, what do spiders eat? Well, other bugs. So she goes and finds an ant and puts an ant in there. Oh, well, and I was like, okay, but it's still going to die. Like, it's going to run out of air eventually. Yeah. I mean, I don't know that those are airtight, but I'm guessing it's airtight enough that a spider and an ant are not going to survive in there for too terribly long.
A spider can hold its breath underwater. So if you try and flush a live spider, chances are it's still gonna live.
That's why you take spiders and ticks and you put them in alcohol or formaldehyde first, and you shake it really hard, and then you can dump that out.
Well, I'm okay with that because if I flushed it, it's to the next house.
Right, unless it crawls back
far
up
enough away.
I'm okay with a spider living in the sewers.
It's not crawling back up. Yeah, unless they get like giant radioactive.
They can also swim.
Sewer spiders.
Well, then I will call the Ninja Turtles
to fight the radioactive sewer spiders.
Spiders, yes.
Oh my gosh. We were driving, and Maddie goes, "Oh, there's the lake." I'm like, "No, honey, that's the river." She goes, "Oh, that's where the crocodiles live." I'm like,
yes.
Well, so I explained to her, like, well, our river is too cold for crocodiles. She goes, "Oh, so penguins would live there." I'm like,
yes.
No, it's too warm for penguins. And she goes, "So what would live there?" I'm
just
like,
fish.
And African penguins. But that's more California.
Yeah.
Which I did not know that there was penguins in California, and I'm super excited that when I go take my trip, I will go see it in California.
And then we had a conversation about the crocodile hunter, so it was fantastic.
Dundee.
So I'm a little concerned that my child might be hallucinating because the other day she was like, Mom, do you believe that there's more than one God? And I was like, okay, so that's a complicated question. Like, and I was like, well, I believe that nobody really knows what's up and that it's best to just respect everybody's beliefs and to like live your life to the best, you know, be kind to everybody, like, you know, all that stuff. Live your life to the best of your ability and trust that that'll work itself out in the end. Like, we're not super religious, obviously. Yeah. And she was like, okay, well, the gods of the wind have been talking to me. And I'm like while you're sleeping or like while you're awake? And she was like, well, they talk to me in my dreams, but sometimes also when I'm awake. And I'm like, okay,
that's great. That's
great.
fantastic.
You might want to have the attic tested for mold.
Yeah. Just call the ghost hunters. They'll come in. It's like,
maybe give her less
Ghost of the
sodium. I don't know. No soda. Done.
Does she get soda?
No more milk?
She doesn't drink
milk
soda.
is causing issues.
Well, she loves milk. Take away the one thing she loves.
Oh, the one thing. Nothing else.
It's the only thing that's gonna, keep some meat on her bones.
Right.
She can't just eat beans.
She would if she
She
could. Though.
would.
Oh
She'd
my
be
God,
so
that
happy. Milk
that
and beans.
kid loves refried beans more than
because they're
anyone
amazing.
loves anything. Like if she could, she would live off of refried beans and chocolate and milk, and that would be it. Like she would not have anything else.
You see,
does a body good.
Gerardo's refried. When you say refried, I'm like, yeah. If it's Gerardo's, yeah, I'll go for that every day.
She would eat it straight out of the can, not
so
warmed
good.
up.
She doesn't
any
even
brand.
If you
like
have tomatoes.
Although Aunt Jackie's homemade are the
yes,
best.
she really likes those. But yeah, when we make tacos and she's like warming up her beans, I let her stir it and stuff, and so she's like just eating it as she's waiting for it to get warm. She's just like fingerful at a time, and I'm just like, so weird. But she swears that's how she'll survive the zombie apocalypse.
It's not a bad idea. I mean, nobody's gonna be like, oh yeah, refried. I'm gonna live off that. She's like,
protein.
Yep.
It has carbs. It has protein. It has everything you need, and it doesn't go bad. Really, not really. Beans.
It is a magical
canned
fruit.
supposedly doesn't really, for at least for a while, if it's.
Woofda.
I don't want to check my.
No.
Well, it has been fun.
It really has been. Awkwardness. All right. Well, it looks like our producer is saying it's time to wrap up today's discussion.
Thanks, Jackie, for coming and filling in, especially last minute as it was. We appreciate it. It was fun having you here again.
Thanks for having me. It was
and
fun.
we'll keep you on our backup for the future.
That's all I'm good for. Just back up.
You could be a dancer for us.
I just mean if, one of our hosts is sick or something, you can have
one of our hosts is sick.
Yes.
They're trying to get rid of me.
Fill in for one of the hosts if somebody's sick or whatever. So you're not just
if I'm filling in for Marjorie, do I have to go?
Yes, actually, and you have to have the double chin.
Frankly, I think you will, whether you need to or not. So that's just a thing.
It is. It really is.
Listeners, don't forget to find more from the Never-Ending Random Discussion at nerd.pentspending.com. And while you're there, check out everything else Pentspending has to offer.
Find the show on Facebook at facebook.com/nerdpodcast and on Twitter at ppsschnerd. And you can subscribe to the show on iTunes, Pocket Casts, Google Play, YouTube, TuneIn, and Satchel, and many more.
To help us reach as many people as possible, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and throw us a rating on iTunes or on the podcatcher of your choosing.
Submit your questions to us directly to be discussed on air via Facebook, Twitter, Google+, or email us directly from nerd.pentspending.com.
Today's episode was sponsored by our patrons on Patreon. If you would like to get exclusive access to our shows, behind the scenes, sneak peeks, And
You were doing so well.
Marjorie. Roll credit.
Yay!
And early access to some of our episodes. Become a Patreon today at patreon.com/panspending. Thanks for being part of today's show.
Panspending.
We're reliable with the ladies.
This podcast is a Pants Pending Studios production.
And part of the Pants Pending Studios podcast network.
Find more of our great shows just by searching Pants Pending in your podcatcher.
For more information or to contact us directly, visit us at pantspending.com.
Please subscribe to this show, share it with your friends, like it on Facebook, and rate it on iTunes.
And we thank you for making us a part of your listening day.
Pants Pending.
Pants Pending.
Pants Pending.
Pants Pending.
Pants Pending.
Pants Pending. Studios!